Actually, do you remember the old days when they had the gray? They were terrible. You couldn't even read them.
Yeah, well, Cedar Creek, when they have those green jerseys with the maroon numbers, they're terrible.
Would like to welcome Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer, who are broadcasting tonight's game live on 97.3 ESPN FM.
There you go, PG.
For Richardson at Cedar Creek at 1 o'clock. The high school pregame show starts at 6 p.m. every Friday on 97.3.
Oh, you're gonna be tweeting about your boy Trout?
He's a game away from being a playoff joke.
Oakcrest defers. All right, you ready? Well, national anthem's coming right now. Were you at the Ocean City game last week? Ocean City Vineland? Or was that 2 weeks ago? When Vineland said, we want to take that side.
That's why they've had one winning season in 21 years.
All right, national anthem. Should be able to. You're going to need longer than that. Maybe that one that says the VIP club points equal prizes. Oh, actually, we can plug right into this guy.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, and the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Welcome, everybody, here to Mays Landing on the campus of Oakcrest High School. It is high school football night in South Jersey. Mike Gill along with Jim Schaefer to bring you tonight's matchup of unbeaten, Jim. The Falcons 2-0, the Buena Chiefs 3-0. We got 5-0 combined between two teams, an unlikely game of the week.
That's a great point, unlikely. These two teams haven't been undefeated for quite a while, although Buena, excuse me, is coming off a 5-5 season, but Oakcrest over the last 2 years has pretty much been the bottom of the barrel. But in talking to Chuck Smith prior to the game, he thinks he has a lot of very, very coachable kids, a pretty young team. So they'll start a lot of freshmen and sophomores in this game tonight.
We know Kendall Elliott, the quarterback of Oakcrest, a player to watch, and we know the defense of Buena shut out virtually Bridgeton and Cedar Creek. Cedar Creek got a late score, but they have really been a solid defensive team.
Yeah, they have a nose tackle who can really do a job of getting into the backfield. Oakcrest is going to be at its best defensively, and that has been a forte of Oakcrest. They have been pretty good defensively. We could see tonight a very low-scoring game, although I would expect we'll see Oakcrest filling the air with the football.
Rainier set to kick off for Buena, who's in all white with blue helmets and yellow trim. Oakcrest in blue with black pants, and sends DJ Velazquez back deep to return, standing at around his own 5, along with Jake Maxwell back to return the kick around the 20, crossing over and already out to about the 30-yard line as Oakcrest will take the ball, moving left to right. Justin McFarland with a 15-yard return, and the Falcons will open up 1st and 10, ball at their own 35.
Pretty good field position, as Mike points out. They have crossed the 30-yard line. Whenever you get it over that 30-yard line, you kind of feel like you got the wind at your back. We're going to hear a lot of this Kendall Elliott. He's going to operate out of the spread formation, and any time you operate out of that type of offense, you're doing a lot with the ball, either throwing or running.
Chuck Smith likes to throw the ball around. He's got 5 wide receivers on 1st down. He is the head coach of the Oakcrest Falcons. Elliott in a shotgun, empty backfield, back to throw. He pumps, rolls, looking. Now eludes a sack, and now he is going to go down. And the sack right there initially, Sammy Crouch gets it for Buena.
Yeah, it's a criticism that we hear about Foles and holding the ball a little too long. He had a receiver breaking free, but kind of double pumped and end up getting sacked.
Chuck Smith, of course, the former offensive coordinator in the mainland heydays over there when they were putting up a ton of points. He had Oakcrest in the Group 4 final a couple of years ago, but as Jim Schaefer mentioned, they've struggled the last couple of years. But 2-0 on this young season, coming off a win against Pleasantville. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the far side. Elliott in a shotgun, back to throw. He throws one into the slot. It's complete on the far side by Hayes, and Hayes picks up some nice yardage, crosses about the 40-yard line. The 35-yard line. So it's going to be about a 3rd down and 9 on the play.
A staple of the spread offense, a little bubble screen to the left. In order for that to go, you have to have a wide receiver blocking. They got it. He was able to get about 8 yards on the play.
3rd and about 7. Ball is just short there of the 35-yard line with 10:36 to play here in the first quarter. Live video on our website, 97.3 ESPN.com. 3 receivers split to the near side, 2 to the far side. Empty backfield again for Oakcrest on the 3rd and 7. Elliott pumps, keeps it, and he's going to throw it, and it is over the extended hands of Donnie Hayes. He looked like he was going to hold and run it there, Coach, but he ends up throwing the ball away, and Buena's going to have to punt.
Actually a good decision to throw the ball, but his adrenaline was pumping there as he ran towards that line of scrimmage and threw over the receiver's head by about 10 feet.
Albright will be in to punt here for the Falcons, and back deep to return the punt, is Albright for Buena, and it looks like Elliott, as it is a 4th and 7. The ball's back at their own 35. Velasquez and Elliott standing back at their own 35-yard line. Good snap, and Elliott gets into a high but short kick. It's fielded about the 35. Fair catch by DJ Velasquez, and Buena will get the ball for the first time tonight on 1st and 10 with 10:05 left to play here in the first quarter.
You know, they would look like Canadian football that time in that punt formation. Oakcrest put a runner in, mowned it perfectly across the line, but boy, something very easy to get a penalty on a lot in just punt formation.
It's a Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. The first play from scrimmage for Buena. They're going to throw down the field, got a man, and it is nearly intercepted. Rainier, the quarterback for Buena, they took a shot down the field looking for Tyler Drale, and it was broken up there by Alquan Stokes and Derek Mack making the play as well. So 2nd down and 10, but Buena, a team that doesn't throw the ball all that often.
No, and they operate kind of out of the old wing T type of formation. You don't see a whole lot of that anymore, but Buena has run that offense for many, many years.
Crouch in the backfield. Rainier looking over to the sideline on a 2nd and 10. Just under 10 minutes to play here in the first quarter of play. Nothing, Oakcrest and Buena. They send a man in motion, and they hand it off to the fullback, Crouch, right up the middle, and Oakcrest pushes backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10 as a nice play by the Buena defense. Prescott nimbly in there to stop.
And that was kind of their option play. They run that through, either give it or take it to that fullback, and the quarterback that time chose not to pull it out. Little mistake, but we'll see it being pulled out throughout this game.
Rainier's a junior. He is the quarterback. Crouch in the backfield is a junior as well. Big signature win for Buena, beating Cedar Creek 2 Saturdays ago. Rainier sends a man in motion to the far side. That's Albright. They pitch it to Albright to the outside, cuts it back, and near first down yardage. We'll see where they spot it. He's out around the 45-yard line on the far side of the field as Hayes knocked him out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you, that's really close to that first down. That was the kind of almost like a reverse off of that. He faked the fullback into the left side of the formation and then pitched back to the right side. And showing a lot of speed was Elliott going around that right side.
We'll see where they mark it here as the officials spotting it on the far sideline where Buena is, and they do indicate that that is a first down. So the Chiefs have their first down with 8:58 to play in the first quarter. 1st and 10, ball at the 45, just under 9 minutes to play here.
And you hear it many times about this game of inches. Well, that was a first down by the nose of the football.
1st and 10. Buena breaks the huddle, moving right to left on your radio. Live video at 97.3 ESPN.com. Chiefs in white, Falcons in blue. Both undefeated. Rainier looking to the sideline. Calling out a first down play and some movement. We'll see, and some whistles, and Krause had to carry, but there was some movement first, and it looks like some pre-snap movement. Going to bring them back 5. Keep it here for the Baumgartner Construction Scoreboard. We'll have scores all night long throughout the game from games all over the area here on 97.3 ESPN.
But that was a good call on your part. I thought maybe it was encroachment, but it was definitely an illegal procedure, and Buena does get marked back 5 yards. It's that keen eye, I guess, a youngster like yourself.
I got to wear these glasses to see things like that now. Ball's on the 41. Still first down. 1st and 15. Ball at the 41. Early stages of the first quarter on the Boardwalk Honda game of the week.
Oakcrest operating out of a 3-4 defense. It gives them a lot of flexibility. You'll see them blitzing quite a bit out of that defense.
Couple scores coming in already. We'll get them to you right after this play on 1st and 15. Rainier looking over to the sideline. They got those cards with pictures and all sorts of stuff on the sideline calling out plays. They send a man in motion to the near side. They hand it on a little crisscross in the backfield. Albright breaks a tackle, and he gets across to the old line of scrimmage and near midfield on a nice little inside counter.
Yeah, nice counter play and a great trap block by the guard coming from left to right. Opened up that hole for what looks like about a 7-yard gain.
On the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, St. Aug 7, Ocean City nothing. St. Joe 7, Vineland nothing, and Spirit leads middle 7-0, and flags again here on a 2nd and 8. More movement for Buena, and that's going to walk them back. They were out across midfield. That pushes them back here, and it's going to be about a 2nd down and 11. Excuse me, 3rd down. So 3rd and 9 here. Do you throw the football on this 3rd down play? They opened up the game by throwing the football. Here's the 3rd and 9 play. Rainier to throw on play action. He loses his footing, throws one down the field. It is up, and it is covered well and broken up on the play down the right sideline by Derek Mack. It's Tyler Trail who's the intended receiver, but Oakcrest up for the challenge.
If it were the pros, it may have been called face guarding because he really never turned around to make a play. The ball was in the air, and I guess he just read the eyes of the receiver, put that arm up, and that was enough.
Good call because, it looked like the two guys might have not really made much of a play on that ball. Sets up 4th and 9 for Buena. They're going to punt it right around midfield. High snap, kick is up, and it is nearly blocked. A sidewinding punt bounces at the 40-yard line, then rolls across the 35. Buena touches it up. Oakcrest will start there on 1st and 10. Signal Graphics on Chilton Road, Egg Harbor Township, your local community printer, with the personal service you expect. Cut out the middleman, save time and money. Signal Graphics prints full color in-house. State-of-the-art equipment, expert printing staff. They can produce excellent products for very low cost. Fast turnaround, great prices. Call the Gunnels, Riley, Kay, or Chris. 609-569-9990 for special service. Ask for Chugger. That's Signal Graphics.
Boy, Terrence Smith has to be wondering how he missed that punt. I think it kind of went under his arm.
.6:45 left to play, first quarter. 5 wides for Oakcrest. Elliott's going to keep it himself right up the middle. He tries to sidestep, but right there is Jake Maxwell, the linebacker, and down he goes.
And Buena's basically going man-to-man when they spread out like that with 5 wide receivers and keeping the other 6 inside to prevent against any running. Oakcrest looks like they've made their mind up that they're going to throw the ball. They did run it that time out of the spread, but they're looking to throw it tonight.
2nd and 9, gain of 1 for Elliott. He's a sophomore, 6 foot, 210 pounds. 5 wide receivers, 3 split to the near side. 1 receiver to the far side and a single setback, offset eye. Elliott rolls to the near side. He is blitzed and he is pressured. He spins out of it, breaks a tackle, and then crosses the 30-yard line where he is finally brought down for a minimal gain, but a lot of individual effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he was taken down by Rayshawn Cruz.
And he must have broken 3 tackles to get about maybe a couple yards on the play.
3rd down 7, ball at their own 28-yard line. Mike Gill, Jim Schaefer here on 97.3 ESPN FM and 97.3 ESPN.com. It's Buena and Oakcrest highlighted as this week's game of the week. Both undefeated teams looking for the top of the national conference. Elliott fakes a handoff, throws it into the flat. It is complete. 1st down yardage up the sideline, out to about midfield. And it is a 1st down, the biggest play of the game so far for Oakcrest.
And that little fake to the fullback inside was enough to turn the heads of the defenders. Then a nice block by Stokes on the outside, springing it for that 1st down.
So a big completion puts the ball right around midfield at the 46-yard line for Oakcrest. 1st and 10, 5:06 to play, 1st quarter. Split wide is Jadon Britt on the near side. 3 wide receivers. Elliott in a shotgun. Buena showing blitz. They hand it off straight up the middle, and Buena not having it. They push it back for just about a gain of 1, and that is Jaylene Hurd carrying the football.
Well, Mike, you were mentioning in the pregame how Buena has really shown a great defense in every game so far, actually holding up some pretty good teams to hardly getting any ground at all against them. I speak of Bridgeton and Cedar Creek.
Terrence Smith, the ball carrier there, 5'10", 195-pounder. Big guy running up the middle there on this Buena defense. 2nd and 6, ball at the 49. Just short of midfield. Elliott to throw. No, he pitches it in the backfield, cutting upfield, hitting the defender hard, getting knocked out of bounds, coming to the near side of the field.
That was Albright on the hit.
Smith, by the way, carried the ball. Albright just whacked him. Bob Gardner Construction scoreboard, by the way. It is St. Joe now 14-0 over Vineland, and it looks like there is an injured Falcon down at the moment.
I just want to point out that Albright is all of 5'6", 155 pounds.
While we have this opportunity, I want to let you know Sure True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. Sure Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays 6 and Sundays 8 to 4. Help is around the corner at Sure True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. 609-927-6464. Visit them online at shorehardware.com. The McMahon Agency specializes in home, business, auto, flood, and boat insurance. And the McMahon Insurance Agency turns protection into peace of mind. If it matters to you, it matters to them. Call them at 609-399-0060 or online at McMahonAgency.com. Your neighbors at the McMahon Agency send best wishes for a successful season to all Cape Atlantic Agency, Insurance Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, Mays Landing. The coverage you need, the service you deserve. Terrence Smith walks off. He is now sitting down, but he looks to be shaken up. We'll get you an update on him. Right now, 3rd down and 4. This is a big 3rd down play for the Falcons. Elliott sends a man into the right slot. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield. Kendall Elliott, the throw, fires one into the slot on the far side of the field, getting up the field, but short of a first down is Isaiah Usher, and he's going to be short of a first down here. It's going to be 4th and short, but you're in enemy territory. What do you do?
It looks like they're not going to punt it. That was an interesting play that time. Again, when you run that bubble screen, you got to have blocking on the outside, and Oakcrest just didn't have it on that play and failed to get that first down, but they are going to go for it now.
4th and 2. The ball just short of the 45-yard line. Bunch formation on the near side. Receiver running back to the right of Elliott. Elliott in a shotgun. High snap. Now they fire a little bubble screen into the background. It's complete to Hayes. Hayes does the first down. 5 steps to defender. Up to the 30. Out to the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown Oakcrest. Donnie Hayes. 45 yards. And it's 6-0 Oakcrest.
Again, bubble screen to the right-hand side, but this time excellent blocking and a good move. Took him 45 yards with 2 minutes and 47 seconds to play in this first quarter.
Big pass, Elliott to Hayes, 45 yards. And it is a 6-0 lead. And a timeout taken by Oakcrest here. With 2:47 left to play in the first quarter. 6-0 Oakcrest leads. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, 6064 Riga Avenue, Egg Harbor Township. Call 609-646-5008. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries, tested and trusted. The McMahon Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. Call them at 609-399-0060. We're online at McMahonAgency.com. The coverage you need, the service you deserve. Blue Water Graphics. If you need a sign, call Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie, Blue Water Graphics, creates signs for real estate and other businesses. He does construction site signs and window lettering for your business. He can also provide the lettering for your van, truck, car, or boat. Blue Water Graphics, 823-8891. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, whatever lettering you need. Captain Charlie, 823-8891. Blue Water Graphics. McFarland on the kick. The kick is up. Oh, excuse me, not McFarland. It's Hess on the kick, and Hess blasted through the uprights to make it 7-0 Oakcrest here with 2:47 left to go in the first quarter of play here on 97.3 ESPN. This game brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City. They encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. Under the Flood Insurance Reform Act of 2012, you could save more than $90,000 over 10 years if you build 3 feet above base elevation flood. The all-star staff at Baumgartner House Lifting can attend to all your house raising needs. The Baumgartner family, 65 years of combined experience in general construction. BaumgartnerHouseLifting.com or call toll-free 855-324-2700. Baumgartner House Lifting, restoring the Jersey Shore, one home at a time. 2:47 to play here, first quarter, 7-0. And that might have been a run play. It looked like he caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage, so it might have been a pass from Elliott caught by the receiver, but we don't know if he was in front of the line or not.
If it's forward, it's a pass. Whether it's behind the line or in front of the line, it's a pass.
Was that a backwards throw there by Elliott to Hayes?
Well, I'm not sure. That's Mike McGarry. I'm not sure of that. Remember, he was in the shotgun or spread formation. So
Kickoff fumble by Albright back at the 5. Danson can't find anywhere to go, and Oakcrest has him down inside the 10, and here comes the Falcon defense, has a little life.
Yeah, they're pumped up now after scoring on that 45-yard touchdown play. Now they pin them deep inside of the 10-yard line.
You watch live video of this game at 973ESPN.com, and you could have judged for yourself whether he ran it or throw it if you were watching the game. 7-0 our score, Oakcrest over Buena. The Chiefs with the football. 1st and 10. The ball is back at the 9-yard line. It's not an envious position for Tyler Rainier. Rainier brings out his offense on 1st and 10. Albright in motion. A handoff to Crouch on the far side, and down he goes immediately. A nice play. Stepping up is A.J. Davis, the middle linebacker.
And he's a good one. But Oakcrest is really flying to the ball. Look for Buena to use something coming back against the grain. Two minutes and 12 seconds in the first quarter. Oakcrest 7, Buena nothing.
The second down play after a pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. Ball at the 10. And it looks like Crouch has stood up yet again. Down he goes, right around the 10-yard line.
And what happened on that play? Oakcrest got such penetration, he couldn't get the ball out if he wanted to take it out on an option play. Oakcrest had the ball, the runner, and everybody tangled up.
Good penetration, as Jim mentioned, right up front there. And it all starts, of course, with Prescott Nimley. We've mentioned his name a couple of times. And also up front is Matt Hess, the big defensive tackle, who also boots extra points for Oakcrest. 3rd and 8, ball at the 10. Rainier pitches to the far side. The back has to spin, and up around the first down markers. We'll see if they got it, but I think they're short. Albright carried the football for Buena. They really like to get him moving and let him get the ball at a full head of steam.
And that's where they're having the most success on the edges. Oakcrest doing a great job from tackle to tackle. But it is a punting situation.
So they are short. Oakcrest sees it, and they got the punt return team on the field as George DiBiase, the punter, Jaylene Hurd, back deep to receive for Oakcrest. On the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, St. Joe 21, Vineland nothing. We'll have updates all night long here on 97.3 ESPN. High snap. It is taken by DiBiase. It's a short kick, end over end, bounces at the 40, rolls to the 45, and it's right on the O for Oakcrest, short of the 50, as Oakcrest will be in enemy territory when they start 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now, just remember that Oakcrest was able to get that scoring play only because they did go on 4th and 2. So a gutsy call by Chuck Smith, but it obviously paid off. Now here they are again with excellent field position.
Camden leads Willingboro 6-0 over on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. Of course, you'll start getting playoff implications from some of these scores from the West Jersey Football League. Triton takes a 6-0 lead on Highland as well in that one. And, of course, Ocean City trailing 13-0 now with the Hermits of St. Aug leading that one out there. So scores keep rolling in. We'll get them to you here on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. Here it is 7-0 Oakcrest in the lead. Elliott with the football for the Falcons. He's going to take it himself right up the middle, across the 45, and getting a nice gain of about 6 on the play. So Oakcrest, maybe the final play of the first quarter. Oakcrest offense getting a groove here, Coach.
And Elliott's got good size. He can take a little bit of pounding. He's about 5'11", and 211 pounds.
That'll be the final play here of the first quarter on 97.3 ESPN FM. With the score, Oakcrest 7, Buena nothing. You're listening to High School Football Night on 97.3. For over 60 years, the Oreos Circle Cafe has been a gathering spot for local sports fans. They're loaded with TVs at the Oreos, so you can always see your favorite game. It's not fine dining at the Oreos, just good food. In fact, their wings and tenders were voted best at the Shore. The kitchen's open starting at 11 o'clock daily, and you can call 927-6111 for takeout. The Circle is gone, but DiOrio's Circle Cafe is still there on MacArthur Boulevard in Summers Point. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They are coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices located at 700 West Avenue, Ocean City, 7809 Atlantic Avenue in Margate, in the Egg Harbor Township, Providence Professional Park, and in the ShopRite Shopping Center in Marmore. And Violent as well. You'll find them at heistagency.com. Remember, Thomas H. Heist Insurance when you need insurance. Start of the second quarter. Oakcrest moves right to left now on your radio dial. Falcons in blue. Elliott sends a man in motion. The motion man kind of tripped as he comes up to the football, and he goes down in the backfield as Buena sniffs that one out nicely, and Maxwell in there on the stop.
Yeah, he did slip. It's kind of one of those speed plays where you send a guy in motion and hand it off and hoping that he can outrun the defensive players. But when you slip, it kind of negates any kind of a play like that.
Yeah, just couldn't get that momentum going. Nero in there as well. Miro is a defensive lineman, a sophomore, 6'1", 192. Oakcrest's a pretty good defensive effort so far. Last week they were in a battle there with Middle Township. They ended up showing some offensive skill set. And this week, obviously, here in a tougher battle with Oakcrest. 7-0 to score here in the early stages of the second quarter. Man down 4.
Yeah, it's
Oakcrest.
Yeah, it's Hinton. And he was the gentleman who was running across and kind of slipped, and he may have pulled something in doing that. But remember, they had a back go down a little earlier in the game. Speak of Oakcrest, Terrence Smith. So they better have a little depth.
On the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, by the way, Spirit leads Middle 14-0. And that's an interesting score because Spirit last week was really handled with ease by Cedar Creek. And that's the game they actually led. We had the game for you here, but Cedar Creek dominated from that point forward, and you were wondering how Spirit was going to bounce back. Player walks off with his own under his own power. 3rd and 4. Ball at the 43. Elliott with 5 wides, 3 to the far side. Elliott to throw in the slot. Complete on the far side of the field, and it's going to be a first down. LaShawn Elliott catches the football, and he's a big wide receiver.
Sammy Crotch was the defender on that play, and he was just a little slow in getting to that point, or else he may have had an interception. A lot of green in front of him.
So Elliott, 6 foot, 180, makes a nice play on the far side. Nice catch on the far side to get a first down. 1st and 10, ball at the 36. 10:48 and counting here in Mays Landing tonight. Bunch formation, trips to the far, near side. Elliott overlooking this Buena Chiefs defense. And he's going to fake to Hurd, keep it himself. Down he goes. Big hit in the backfield. He's back around the 45. So it's a loss of about 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, that was a terrific defensive play. First by Maldonado, and then helped out by Jake Maxwell. But nobody went for that fake. They were all over Elliott.
The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Brian Brumell and his professional staff waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in EHT. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer here on 97.3 ESPN FM on a beautiful Friday night. 2nd and 19 after the sack. Elliott with 4 wides and a single setback, looks like Hurd. And whistles. Flag on the play, and it will be a delay of the game against Oakcrest here. So Oakcrest now going to march back another 5. So 3rd down and 24.
You know, he's Chuck Smith now talking to his quarterback. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that last week Chuck Smith was in the hospital. So here he is up and out of the hospital bed and coaching on the sidelines.
Still 2nd down, by the way, after the penalty. 2nd and 24. Elliott 4 wides. The throw, rush, comes to the near side, fires complete. Oh, wide open, in and out of the hands of Stokes. Alquan Stokes had it, and he might have had some big yards if he could have held on to it.
Hit him in a bad spot. Hit him in the hands.
Right in the flat, wide open, and it's going to be 3rd down and 24 now.
Excuse me. And Elliott's ability to run back and forth like that causes a lot of headaches for defensive backs. They have to make a decision whether they want to come up and take him or stay with their defensive assignments.
And on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, St. Aug's on the board again, 20-0 over Ocean City. So the Prep rolling tonight. The Wildcats of St. Joe rolling tonight. The Spartans rolling tonight. Sounds like 2013 all over again. Elliott keeping, and he puts his hand down to keep himself up, but he's going to be well short of a 1st down. He crossed the 45-yard line. But this is going to be 4th and real long for Oakcrest.
This will be an interesting decision. If it's me, I'm punting them deep. Let's see what Chuck Smith does.
Looks like he agrees. Hurd coming off the field, as is Donnie Hayes. And it looks like Elliott, who also punts for this team, is standing back in a punt area. Now, with him being the quarterback, it makes a fake that much more a possibility for them. However, on 3rd down and 19, you would think that is not going to happen here. Back deep to receive is Albright for Buena. He stands back at around his 10-yard line. Elliott standing back at around the 45. He gets a high, short, end-over-end punt. It bounces out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it on the far side of the field, but not a very good change of possession there for Oakcrest.
No, not at all. The punt's about maybe 15 yards long.
1st and 10 for Buena. Ball's going to be marked, it looks like, about the 34-yard line.
So
Buena has
Oakcrest
not scored,
got that ball on their own 48, so
yeah,
not exactly taking advantage of the field position.
We're at the 38, they'll mark it now. So they moved it up a little bit there for him. 1st and 10 for Buena. 8:28 to play here in the 1st half. Tyler Rainier, a junior. A lot of juniors on this Buena football team. Buena coming off a win over Middle. Oakcrest coming off a win over Pleasantville. Rainier sends a man in motion. They pitch it to the motion man, Albright, to the near side. Trying to find some running room. He gets a 1st down, and he goes out of bounds, crossing right around midfield. We'll see where they spot it, but he picked up about 11 or 12 for Kadir Albright.
Well, and again, getting on the corner. That time, a great block by Tobias, setting up a situation where he's able to turn that corner.
Albright picks up a 1st down. It's 1st and 10, ball at the 49, and they're going to hustle back on the ball. But, of course, they take their time once they get up on that ball.
Yeah, both teams are you see it all the time now, especially with the Philadelphia Eagles, where everybody looks to the sideline to get what's going on.
Taking a 14-0 lead, Camden over Willingboro. They pitch it outside to DiBiase, and DiBiase crosses about the 45 to about the 44-yard line. Be 2nd down and pick up about 5 on the play.
So Buena taking advantage of being able to get on the edge and going to continue to do it, I'm sure, till Oakcrest stops it.
With DiBiase carried the football there. Crouch has carried the football. Albright has carried the football. 2nd and 6. Ball at the 45-yard line. 7:44 left to play here in the 1st half. They hand it this time to Crouch off left tackle, and he comes up short of a 1st down, but it's going to be 4th down. There's 3rd down and short now, 3rd about 2 or 3. So a power run by Sammy Crouch off of left tackle. He's 6'2", 213 pounds, running the football back there.
Big series for Buena.
3rd and 3. Sends a man in motion, DiBiase. It looked like Oakcrest moved.
That helps.
That'll be a first down if it's on Oakcrest, and it almost obviously is. Looked like up front there, a couple of Falcons moved. One of them running off the field now, Zeb Smith.
Keeps the drive alive in 7 minutes, plenty of time to put some points on the board.
Fast-moving game here in Mays Landing tonight. Well, considering I've been in games that have lasted till 10, 9:55. 1st and 10, ball at the 37 for Buena. They're moving left to right on your radio dial. Rainier under center. Sends a man in motion, Albright to the near side. They hand it to Crouch up the middle. He powers forward for a pickup of about 4 to 5, and they're starting to get that run game going.
And that's probably the first time, maybe the second, that they've got any kind of movement in the middle of that line. Good sign for Buena.
Pickup of 6, 2nd and 4, ball at the 37. Buena on the move. Rainier. And it looked like Oakcrest might have jumped again. So Oakcrest is giving them 10 yards now in just going all sides.
I don't know whether it's in the cadence. We're a little too far away to know whether he's trying to draw them off or not. But Oakcrest is definitely going on. In fact, not one, but a couple of their defensive linemen.
This just in, St. Joseph scored again. Rocco Ordilli this time, 28-0, St. Joe. I wonder if he ever gets tired of scoring. Probably not. Right up the middle, Oakcrest defense is there on a 2nd down and 1 play. They push him back. We'll see. Nope, they give it to him right off the bat, 1st down. So gets enough for the 1st down. Really short game, but enough for the officials to give him a 1st down. 1st and 10. Ball to 26. Buena continuing to travel into Oakcrest territory here.
They started to drive on their own 38-yard line.
Rainier looking over at the Buena sideline. Jim, as you mentioned, the wing T. Pitching to the near side. And nice play on the outside as Albright carried the football. A nice play by Derek Mack there.
But Albright, although small, mighty, really took those 2 tacklers and drove them for another few yards to set up a 2nd and probably 4.
A pick of about 6 on the outside pitch there to the near side. Oakcrest leads 7-0, and Oakcrest wants to start talking some things over. They see this momentum really shifting to Buena. So Oakcrest takes a timeout. 5:08 left to play in the 1st half. 7-0 Oakcrest leads. Full line of brand new cars available for rent at Just for Wheels. Whitehorse Pike and Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue, Wildwood, Route 50, Mays Landing, Perry Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. Not only do they have the car you're looking for, but they also have conversion fans, trucks, minivans, 15-passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at Just for Wheels, serving South Jersey for more than 25 years in Absecon, Wildwood, Mays Landing, Ocean City, Berlin, Lakewood, and Brooklyn, New York. They're open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. daily. Just for Wheels, 645-8077 or 522-0049. Here it's 7-0 on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. St. Aug scores again, 27-0 over Ocean City. Lamont Harris has 4 touchdowns, like McGarry from the press tells me. 4 touchdowns, Harris, 1st half. Looks like a lot of running clocks tonight. Not here, 7-0. Oakcrest and Buena locked up in a battle. 5:08 left to play here in the 1st half. Rainier, the quarterback for the Buena Chiefs, who are unbeaten at 3-0. The Oakcrest Falcons, they're unbeaten at 2-0. Crouch directly behind them, sends a man in motion, Albright. They hand it to Crouch, and to DiBiase on the crisscross, and he is on his feet up inside the 10. There's a flag, late flag in there. inside the 5-yard line on the run there, but there is a late flag.
Boy, great blocking by that offensive line that you called it. They trapped the defensive tackle, and you could see from our vantage point how big that hole was. I could have ran through it. Well, maybe not.
And it is on Oakcrest. Legal contact on Oakcrest. So Buena is now inside the 5-yard line. Goal for the Chiefs now.
At the 2.
This is almost a 2-point conversion. 1st and 2, the 1st and goal at the 2. A lot of options here for Buena. Rainier under center. And he's going to give to Crouch, who finds a crease and in for the touchdown. Sammy Crouch, 6'2", 213, and with ease, he makes it 7-6. Oakcrest still in the lead, but Buena is on the board.
Yeah, nice hole again off that left side. So they found something. They were taking advantage of it with 4:49 to go in their second quarter. They take it in after a nice march from their own 38-yard line.
Number 9, Tyler Rainier, set to make the kick.
And Rainier on to kick the extra point. This would tie it up.
Well, these quarterbacks for both teams do a lot of things for their teams.
Sammy Crouch, 2-yard touchdown run. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 4:49 left to play, we're all tied up. 7-7 here on 97.3 ESPN. Of course, live video on our website, 97.3ESPN.com. Shoppy's even better online. You've probably visited their showroom, 1031 Shore Road in Linwood. But at Shoppy.com, you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. 609-653-1684 for Shoppy since 1921. Storage Inn, family-owned business, started more than 3 decades ago. 2527 Fire Road, EHT, Storage Inn. Over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs. Personal, commercial, Storage Inn, 7 days a week, 24-hour, 7-day security. 646-6400, Storage Inn. Also in Ocean City or StorageIn.net. Managers are on site to assist you at the Storage Inn of EHT in Ocean City. On the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, yep, St. Joe's is scoring again, 34-0 over Vineland.
I don't think they get tired of it.
Guess not. $4:49 left to play in the first half. Crouch 2-yard touchdown run has Buena and Oakcrest tied at 7. Take it back at around the 10-yard line. Little move up the middle, little crease out to around the 40. As Hurd, the freshman, comes running out. And that Jalen Hurd, speedster, he gave me fits in the regionals playing center field, and a pretty good baseball player as well.
And he saw that hole, and he really banged it up in there.
He had a nice little crease. He read it well, got up there nice, and gives Oakcrest good field position.
Let's see if they can match Buena. Buena took it on their 38 and drove it the distance. Now it's Oakcrest's chance.
Very different styles. Buena likes to run the ball with that wing tee. 5 wide receivers for Oakcrest here. Dave O'Sullivan has halftime scores from around the South Jersey landscape tonight, with PG coming up at halftime here on 97.3 ESPN. Elliott hands, and big yardage up the middle, and here's a first down and some. Crossing midfield. Big gain on the play, gain about 15, and carrying the football is Yalir Hinton for Oakcrest.
And he was hurt and came out with, I don't know whether it was a hamstring or what, but he didn't look hurt on that play.
He comes to the sideline, does Hinton, the sophomore. So some young players giving Oakcrest some good field position. A freshman on the return and the sophomore on the run. 1st and 10, ball at the 46, 4:20 and counting. And, of course, Elliott is just a sophomore. He's in a shotgun. Receiver split to the near side. Offset I in the backfield. They fake to Elliott. to Hurd, and Elliott goes down, and he goes down hard. A big sack on the.
And he got past Miro, but Miro didn't give up on the play. He went and got him from behind.
Well, big stop there by Miro to make it 2nd and 9 as Elliott was able to get back to at least the line of scrimmage here, but he went down pretty hard. Second and 9, ball at the 46. 3.5 minutes left in the half. Oakcrest and Buena all tied at 7. Elliott in a shotgun, sends a man in motion, Hurd. He fakes it to Hurd, keeps it himself, picks up some positive yards, but not enough, as it's a short gain on the play. Miro in there, as well as Tyler Drail for Buena.
Again, they used the speed handoff fake to try and open something up in the middle, and he did get a few yards.
So 3rd and 5 after the 4-yard pickup.
And Buena was loosening its defense that time. They do play the 3-4, but that time they really had their linebackers deep.
Now Oakcrest wants to call timeout and talk this one over. So with 2:49 left to play here in the second quarter, 7-7 Buena and Oakcrest. Skelly's High Point Pubs are open 24 hours a day on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until 3 a.m. the rest of the week. Skelly's is at Shore Road on the White Horse Pike in Absecon. The best in food and drink is available to you every day, and they deliver. The High Point has dinners from 4 to 10 every day, daily lunch and specials, and all your favorites, pizza, wings, cheesesteak, surf and turf. 7 TVs at Skelly's, all hooked up to satellites for the best sports coverage. Skelly's High Point Pub, 5 North Shore Road, Absecon. Call the High Point, 641-3172. That's takeout or delivery. And Capri Pizza and Grill is home of the world's best pizza. Once you come in, you'll see why. If you're looking for a great pizza and even better service and atmosphere, stop by Capri Pizza and Grill on Tilton Road in the Tarmar Plaza in Northfield. And Monday nights, they got a large pie, $8.99 for Monday Night Football. Get that delivered right to your place at Capri Pizza in Northfield. 3rd down and 5 for the Falcons. Elliott reverses field, throws into the flat. It's complete right at the sticks. 1st down and more. Getting up the field. Stokes makes a nice play, and then a nice individual effort to get some bonus yards there. He caught the ball at the sticks and went up the field for a Falcon 1st down.
When Elliott put a little heat on that ball. So once again, Oakcrest marching down the field. Remember, Buena took the ball in their 38 and pounded it in. Oakcrest is trying to do the same.
1st and 10 at the 30. On the move are the Falcons. 2:30 and counting. Elliott in a shotgun. Hands off. Hinton crossing the 35-yard line. The 25-yard line, excuse me. And a pickup of about 5 on the play. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 25.
Great 1st down play for Oakcrest as Hinton really banged it in there, and it was not to be denied before he got that 5 yards. But this is 4-down territory for the Falcons.
Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Complete in the far flat there. Isaiah Usher caught it and got up the field for, looks like another 1st down.
And Usher looked like he was going to be stopped right on the line of scrimmage, but made a good move to get upfield. And the referee's calling timeout. Something's going on.
Yeah, they threw that all the way to the far sideline and just kind of let Usher get up the field.
Maybe something with the clock.
Looks like they want to put 7 seconds on the clock. It's at 1:42. They wanted it at 1:49. So Usher caught the pass, got up the field. It was interesting because you saw Eddie Torres, a linebacker, 6'2", 200, go out into the flat to try to cover one of these slot receivers, and Oakcrest went right out that way. Elliott with an offset eye. Hands off to Hinton. Hinton kind of shakes up the middle, gets a crease, carrying defenders, crosses the 10, and inside the 10 to around the 8-yard line for Hinton. And Oakcrest now, with 1:35, has plenty of time and a short amount of yards to go on 1st and goal.
Last time Hinton really fired in there. This time he tippy-toed, but still got great results. And it's 1st and goal.
It's the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week here on 97.3 ESPN, produced by Prime Events. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Here is the 1st and goal play. Ball at the 9. Elliott, hands, short of the goal, but right up to around the 3. Pickup of about 6. Hinton carrying the ball here with regularity now for the Falcons.
Yeah, that was almost looked like a power eye that they set up. He had a lead blocker and took the handoff and powered up to either the 1 or 2. It's tough to tell from our vantage point.
Stokes in the far slot. They're at the 2. 2nd and goal at the 2, and Buna's going to take a timeout. Don't forget, Sunday night, the Eagles, or Sunday afternoon, the Eagles host the Rams at 1 o'clock with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick bringing you all the play-by-play. Next Friday on 97.3 ESPN, I'll be with Ken Mosca in Atlantic City as they take on Vineland. And on WPG Talk Radio 1450, Tom Williams, Bud Rink, and Butch Gleason bring you EHT at Ocean City. That's all next week here on 97.3 ESPN.
Well, Buna calling that timeout because they do not want to let Oakcrest get into that end zone. There's 59 seconds to play, so they figure they're going to make them put the ball in the air. That's their thoughts right now.
Make sure you stick around at halftime. We have 2 performances. One by our Falcon cheerleaders, another by our award-winning band.
Having a little snack there, are you, Coach? I mean, I'm sitting here reading all these things, and I got to keep going. He's over there shoveling food in his face.
That's because you get paid the big bucks.
That's right. Yeah. Under a minute to go here in the first half, 7-7.
First time he's going under center.
That's right. Elliott under center. 1st and goal, ball at the 2. Elliott trying to push forward, and it looks like he has a touchdown. And he does. Kendall Elliott, a 2-yard touchdown plunge to make it 13-7.
So Oakcrest answered the 62-yard drive by Buna with a 62-yard drive of their own.
Hess on to try the extra point would make it a 7-point game with just under a minute to play. High snap, kick is up, and it is good.
And it's good, giving the Falcons a 14-7 lead over the Buna Chiefs.
54.7 left to play. Oakcrest 14, Buna 7 on 97.3 ESPN. Heist Agency, convenient offices, Ocean City Market, EHT, Marmora, Vineland. You'll find them online at heistagency.com. Remember, Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. Just for Wheels, Whitehorse Pike, Apsecan, Rio Grande Avenue, Wildwood, Route 50 Mays Landing, Perry Egan, 16th and Simpson, Ocean City. Be smart, rent it just for Wheels. This game is also brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric. Atlantic City will encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team and Vic's 42 Ohio Avenue in Apsecan. Phone 645-0500. Vic's open 7 days a week until 8 p.m. on weeknights, 9:30 on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturday. Vic's Sub Shop, Ohio Avenue in Apsecan. Kendall Elliott, 2-yard touchdown run, makes it 14-7. You can watch the game right here on 97.3 ESPN.com. Spirit and Middle, 21-7. The Spartans lead the Panthers on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. Kick is taken. Oh, it goes out of bounds. I thought that Velasquez was going to pick that up, but he smartly let it go out of bounds, and it will be a ball placed here at the 35-yard line. So Buna going to get good field position.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Velasquez. A lot of people, or a lot of players would have just ran over there and tried to grab the ball and would never have ended up with the field position they're going to get now. Plus, they use no time on the clock.
So good field position for Buena now. They don't throw the ball all that much. 54.7 seconds.
Oh, how about that?
So Buena has elected to have Oakcrest re-kick it instead of taking it at the 35.
That's a little bit of a surprise.
They'll move them back a little bit so they could get some bigger field position, maybe a return.
That's what they're hoping for, some kind of return here. They have a lot of quickness in that backfield.
Durso, a 5-yard touchdown pass for middle with 41 seconds left in the half down there in Cape May Courthouse tonight.
I'm sure Buena would like to get that in the hands of Albright, who's probably the quickest guy on the team.
Stands back at his 20. Hess towards Albright, who lets it bounce once, it rolls and goes out of bounds yet again.
Now let's see if they make him pick again.
I think after the second choice, that's all you get. After 2, you get the ball. As Hess.
The one thing it does do, though, it does kind of tire out those guys that have to run down the field.
Looks like they're going to have the Falcons kick off once again.
They're gonna make Oakcrest kick it again then.
This time from the 30.
So they're continuing.
And he has moved a little further into the middle of the field. So,
but at this point, your return game is standing back at the 25-yard line. They can bring this out to possibly midfield with a good, even a weak return. You're going to be around the 40, 45-yard line. So now Hess, it's a short kick at the 45, and it's taken right there. And of course, Oakcrest was in very good coverage, just short of the 50. So Buena's going to have the ball at the 47-yard line here with 50 seconds left.
You know, I was maybe they didn't even know it, but I was a little surprised he didn't fair catch that ball because that was pretty dangerous. Oakcrest was almost right on him when he caught it.
We'll see how Buena comes out on this drive. With 50 seconds left in the half, they trail by 7. Dave O'Sullivan has scores and highlights at halftime coming up on 97.3 ESPN. They pitch it to the near side. Albright has a hole, 40, and he is up to around the 30-yard line. So a pickup of about 23 on the play. And there is a timeout taken immediately by Buena. So they figure they got some momentum here.
Yeah, they sure do. I mean, that was a nice pickup of, as you mentioned, about 23 yards. But he showed a lot of quickness and almost had a face mask penalty back in the middle of the run. But I guess there was no control, so there was no call on that play.
Skelly's High Point Pub, Shore Road, White Horse Pike, Absecon. Best food and drink available to you every day. They deliver. Call the High Point, 641-3172 for takeout or delivery. And Johnson's Popcorn at 1368 Boardwalk, Ocean City, 800-842-2676. Have your popcorn shipped to you. They're online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. 43 and a half seconds left to go. Buena with Rainier under center, back to throw. He pumps, he fires, he throws, he's got a man. It's Albright, it's a touchdown. 30 yards in the air, right up the seam there. Albright out of the backfield, and the Chiefs have a chance to tie it up.
Really a nice play. They actually flooded the left-hand side, sent the furthest receiver on the left on a fly pattern, and then a little post pattern in the second man in, and he, as Mike pointed out, was wide open.
Makes it 14-13 with Rainier's extra point still to come. Big touchdown pass. Rainier, the kicker.
Up, little movement. They were, you know, I don't know why they were holding so long. Maybe they were hoping to draw Oakcrest off, but it ended up being a motion penalty against them.
They'll move it back just a bit here to try this extra point. 14-13 the score. Buena moves.
Make that point out extra. It's a little harder.
Big crowd on hand here tonight on the Oakcrest sideline. As undefeated Oakcrest taking on undefeated Buena. Snap kick is up, and it looks like Rainier has it through. So with 36.9 left to go here in the first half, we're all tied at 14-14 on the Boardwalk On the Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Connect with Brian Burnell and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Well, Jim, obviously Buena, not a team that likes to throw it so much, but they put it in the air, and a big gain there to Albright, their big play guy.
Yeah, it was a great call on Buna's part. But, we thought coming in it was going to be a good game, and it is. 14-14 with 36 seconds to go in the first half. Have to call these teams pretty equal. Oakcrest does it by and large through the air, and the last drive that they had, Hinton gave them a lot of yardage running up the middle. Conversely, Buena, who runs most of the time, got most of their yardage off the pass.
Now with 36 seconds left here, you wonder if Oakcrest has a chance to take a couple shots down the field themselves.
Will we see a onside kick?
Interesting, because obviously the last time Oakcrest's inability to kick the ball in bounds gave Buena good field position.
Yeah,
so
that's a very good point.
Kick a roller up the middle there. But at the same time, you don't want a chance for Elliott to fire one down the field. He's got a big arm, and he can chuck it down the field. He's got some big wideouts, too. So this is going to be interestingly played here by Buena.
I'd kick it deep.
Well, that's what Oakcrest is anticipating. Back deep for Oakcrest. Donnie Hayes and Jaylene Hurd. Hurd had a nice return on his last kickoff. And it is a short kick on the ground. It's on the ground for about a second or so before Oakcrest falls on top of it. And they'll have the football with 35 seconds left here in the first half.
First and 10 for the Falcons with 35 seconds left. Ball will be placed on the 25-yard line.
At halftime on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, St. Joe up 41-0 over Vineland. That'll be a running clock for the second half.
It was interesting, an article in the paper today that St. Joe's is getting some national recognition as far as their ranking is concerned.
Elliott is in a shotgun here. He's got two receivers split to the near side. Going to hand it off to him. Down he goes quickly at about the 30-yard line. About a yard or two on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Oakcrest. They're going to let the clock continue to run.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're in any hurry at all. They're going to let it run out, in fact.
That most likely will be the final play of the first half. With the score, Oakcrest 14 and Buena 14 here on 97.3 ESPN. So obviously so far we've got a pretty evenly matched game here at halftime as both teams have scored. They've scored explosively. They've done it methodically. It has been a very entertaining and well-played first half. We got a lot of stuff to look forward to in the second half.
I would agree, and I think we'll see a lot of the same. I think both teams are going to go in feeling pretty good about what they did on offense and on defense. Pretty evenly contested game. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Dave O'Sullivan has highlights and scores from around the league, plus Pete G. They'll get you up to date on everything that's happening tonight, plus tomorrow some more game action as well, as we'll be live in Cedar Creek as they take on Bridgeton tomorrow in a game you can hear on 97.3 ESPN FM. I'll have the call with Steve Parker at 1 o'clock. And, of course, the second half of this one is still to come, so don't go away as Dave O'Sullivan has halftime for you back in the 97.3 ESPN FM studios.
supplement that know the material. I got 3 guys who work in the air. Don't know the material. Good try.
Yeah, what's up with Terrence Smith? Terrence Smith.
You'll find out. Dislocated his vagina.
Did I quote you?
Put your hands together for the 2014 Oakcrest Cheerleaders. Continue that clap and help me welcome the Oakcrest Marching Ambassadors as they present their 2014 production, 1521, A Lost Voyage. Act 1 is a new adventure. Act 2 is X marks the spot. And Act 3 is Landfall. We want to recognize some of the student leaders. We have Drum Major Tommy Shooter, Drum Captain Logan Van Dyson, Bar Captain Aaron Taylor, Pit Captain Nick Cigarello, Brass Captain Sophia Reagan, Woodwind Captain Abigail Mulholland, Equipment Manager Christopher Carty. Some of our band staff is the band director Rick Schwartz, Fred Washington, Rich Tinsley, Sherry Carty, Casey Van Dyson, and Marissa Hines are business assistants. Please help me welcome the 2014 Oakcrest Marching Ambassadors.
Does he buy the time and sell the games?
He pays me supper.
From the station. From the station.
No. You guys want a hot dog or anything? Something to drink?
Yeah, through a oh, wow, they
Good?
I got to see.
We have more hot dogs. Drink?
You warm? Yes, I can.
And Gatorade and iced tea.
They go to kick off first time out of bounds. We're gonna make some check them out.
That impresses my kitchen.
Next thing you know, it's a little Gatorade. You have that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for this kind of
Yeah, use that hashtag. You should find it.
So okay, I didn't know if there was like another website. Yeah, this is what I use this too. But I didn't know if there was like a specific website.
Not really. He's been writing them down for me just because he's sitting there. But I typically follow. I'm following him, who's at a game, and other writers.
So you follow? Okay, all right.
Tag will should because all these guys when they tweet they use that hashtag.
Yeah. Okay.
There's not that many games tonight though. No, so we're doing Atlantic City for the profile.
How come teams are able to play tonight?
What?
How come they're able to play tonight?
Does that Jewish populations?
Mainland does.
Mainland's not playing. They're up this week.
Atlantic City does.
Atlantic City's not playing. They're up this week. Any other schools you like to throw out
I'll
there?
think it.
They played last night, yeah. Too.
Outside of Maine, Hamilton played last night because of Cherry Hill West. I mean, there's no Jewish people.
You know that for a fact.
Pretty much so. The town's 99.9% Italian, and the other half is Spanish.
It's a lot better than I remember at Oakcrest.
Yeah, they got their game.
When I was here before, it was the ghetto band. We were in that corner over there.
Might be Michael Bryant.
right here. We do the game with speaker. Yeah, well, Tyler told me like literally a week before the season started. Forest County. He told me a week before the season that he basically got promoted. So I was struggling. I mean, scampering to find somebody. I didn't know what to do, who to call, what to do.
He does a nice job on Saturday morning.
Yeah, but he can't do it Friday night. I was hoping that he could do it, but I knew he couldn't. So I'm thinking,
He might be able to do it after December.
So I'm thinking, well, he did it a couple of years ago. He got laid off for TV40. We had him do that show.
Right.
So he's always kind of been the main fill-in on Saturday mornings whenever Tyler could work. But couldn't do Friday night. So I'm thinking, like, who can I get? So the guy Scott Grayson, who covers the Eagles for us. He doesn't really material, but he's a smart guy. He really covered West Virginia football, didn't know anything about that. He was going to do it, but WVU, we hired him. They fly him out there every Friday night. He covers WVU.
Gentlemen. Oh, wow.
And,
it's like the NFL. Oh, this is the winner, and this is second one. You.
So,
We don't answer?
yeah, we're going to do it.
He flies to West Virginia?
He flies to West Virginia every Friday night. He does a live TV show Saturday for 2 hours. They pay his flight, his airfare, his expenses, everything. And they fly him right back Saturday after the show. And he covers the Eagles for us.
You can't find anybody else to do a show.
So I said, I don't care if it's Bob Costas. You're going to find a guy. You find one guy walking down to do that show.
Right.
But he had done it for so long that I guess he was like, you know, that safe guy on TV.
Yeah.
So he was going to do the Friday night show. He told me the week before, he's like, dude, I hate to do this to you, but they offered me this job. He's like, I got to take it. I get it. And I was like, Tom Williams had called Dean Bukowski.
Right.
He couldn't do it. He was interested. So then I'm speaking my brain. I was like, we were actually going to have Tony Blum do it. Because they're not doing games on Friday nights now. Pleasantville beat Lower 15-7.
Game's over already?
To half. And I said, well, you know what? Let me make a phone call. I called Joe Ungaro.
Yeah, Giuseppe.
Yeah. And I said, hey, would you and Dave be interested in, for your magazine? So you get free promotion. Joe's like, I can't do it. He's like, I'll ask Dave. Dave's like, yeah, so he got like a crash course. He came in like the first week. He was like, "Oh shit!" Didn't realize what goes into it. Like, it's not just talking. You got to say the call letters. You got to promote stuff. We're in ratings periods right now. So I can tell the first week he really fell apart. But he knows the material. So I said, Pete, you bring him in and out of the breaks. You just feed him the games and let him talk. Because Pete don't know anything about it. I mean, he does it. He's been doing the Friday night show for the last 7 years. So he has an idea what's going on, but he don't know shit. I wasn't sure what to expect tonight. I didn't see either one of these teams play. Offense is like watching a paint drop for a radio call. Jesus, the guy's staring at the sideline for 5 minutes.
Next week, Violent and AC do the same thing.
I've been to 2 AC games. They're not bad. They're just undisciplined.
Violent does the same thing. They come out in the huddle, stare at the sideline for 20 seconds. Then they go back, stare back, then they fumble.
Dude, last week, we left up Spirit game.
No.
It was great. The second team offense comes in for Spirit for Cedar Creek. guy for Spirit breaks through the line, tackles him, pushes him down, kind of gives him one of these as he gets up. Watson comes running out the field,
Right.
grabs his whole offense, pulls him off the field, puts his first tee back in, goes 5 wide, throws another touchdown. He's going across the sideline.
Well, the legend of John Iannucci grows. I cannot believe that Holy Spirit comes up.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
get it.
He's tough. He was at it's funny because he takes any opportunity he can to talk to him. We saw him at High Point afterwards. I was trying to leave and he was just talking my ear off about this, that, and the other.
What was he saying? Just
we're young. We'll be okay. We're young. We'll be okay. He's telling me like the first 2 years, Roman told everybody not to come to the school. So we didn't get anything. He's like, well, our freshman class is back. He said, in 2 years, we got nobody here because he's telling everyone the school's closed. So their kids that are juniors now, the sophomore, he said, we got nothing there. He was telling all kids, don't go there. They're closed.
and he's going to continue to do that because he wants to go to St. Augustine.
Right, but now that he's there and he knows the area better, he's like, now I got freshmen, I got a big class now, so the senior head now. That offense don't fit what you have. Like, no athletes are running that wide out. They run 4 plays. Dave Hunter was some insight to their talk.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing down there.
Why isn't he at the lower game? That's the game of the night.
It's so Pleasantville and Lower Cape May take football seriously. Why should I take football seriously?
Pleasantville's trying hard.
I don't think so.
14-7. How does the South Jersey Sports Digest know that it's Cape weather tonight?
What does that mean? Cape weather.
This is at 10 o'clock.
You think?
I guarantee they're open. Oakcrest is going to be testing the ball, 85 completions. Clock's not going to move. Tommy Scott's going to be 8:30.
I did that Atlantic City game. It got over at 10. Me and Kenny Mosca. AC against
And it felt like 11:30 because Moscow's.
oh, I was dying. What game was that? Was that against EHT? No, Mainland. AC Mainland ended at 10.
Let's hear it one more time for your 2014 Marching Ambassadors.
Jim, how much fun coffee has? I didn't even look a year or two.
I wasn't even sure he was going to stay
Well,
this
his
year.
son's a junior, so I think maybe he stays
Well,
to
he
his
said
son.
that wasn't playing a role.
Yeah,
But
but
it probably is.
Yeah.
And why else is he staying?
yeah.
They haven't. It's amazing. They haven't got any better.
We'd like to call out our 50-50
They
winner.
need fresh
So
blood.
if you have your blue ticket,
They got no
get ready because we're going to call it out.
I hope that whoever gets
Here we go.
somebody from the outside.
285-335.
Yeah, I asked them if
You still teaching there?
335. And tonight's
coming back
50-50
and forth.
winner.
Yeah.
Because that's a
It's hard to be out of the
You have 30
building.
seconds to read the ball. Listen.
But they've got talent, unlike the mainland kids.
They have talent. Mainland has players. That's the difference between the two schools.
Well, Mainland used to have brains and talent. Now they just have brains, but talent and big brains a lot of the time.
Well, Summers Point Sharks won the JFL League, didn't they? Summers Point Sharks won the JFL League, didn't they?
Mainland's a victim of the housing bubble, basically.
But it wasn't that long ago. They didn't have 30 kids out. This was way down.
They had 2-8 last year. I mean,
Well, they got crushed by Cedar Creek.
I think their program's coming back. 2 weeks.
If there was no Cedar Creek, they would probably be one of the best teams in the area.
Chuck said 2 years ago they lost 6 kids.
well, if there's no Cedar Creek or St. Joe, would be one of the best teams.
Well, or Holy Spirit.
Or Holy Spirit. Or, I remember Dave Lewis's line. If the Catholic schools declare war on each other, they march on each other and meet in the Oakcrest parking lot to battle.
Dave used to say they actually sit in the stands and recruit.
Holy Spirit holds a 21-7 lead over Middle. And St. Joe's is not taking it easy over Vineland with a lead of 31-0.
There's a skill.
Who?
So consistent.
Leo. Oh yeah, there's a minute left on the clock here. Ah, crap. Stracy. Well, yeah, the Mitchells, they're from here, right? Yeah. The kid Melton. Jordan Taylor.
You know, Hamilton Township, square miles, may be bigger than they call it township.
If I look at the population to say,
No, but it's if there's ever
there's a school, Egg Harbor Township. Their basketball is inexcusable.
how does he keep his job?
No,
He must have dirty pictures from somebody.
Who?
Now, oh,
I mean they should be. They should be as good as Atlantic City.
2 years ago they had maybe the best town over there.
Right.
Whoa, he's
Tell us how you really feel.
Doubtful. Yeah, they're going to do a sports science episode on it next week.
That's Oakcrest best friend, Terrence Smith.
Yeah, it's 32.
back.
Yeah. We calling that a run? That's official then.
OB can call me. Don't you agree?
It was close, yeah. High kick. And I'm tired for some reason. Well, we didn't miss anything yet.
That's where the people at 10 o'clock was
About to start the second half here on 97.3 ESPN. Oakcrest and Buena. We're all tied up at 14 as Oakcrest in blue will kick to Buena in white. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer live here in Mays Landing on a beautiful fall evening as we crossed into the month of October, which means playoffs, positioning points at stake here, and conference championship as Hess's kick is high and short, taken around the 20-yard line by Albright. Albright uses a blocker, cuts up the middle at the 50. Albright is tripped down at the 45, making a saving tackle for Oakcrest there. A big saving tackle is Matt Hess, the kicker.
And he's 6'3", 264. And I'll tell you, I didn't think he was going to have a shot at making that tackle, but he did.
Good job by Albright, kind of finding creases, putting his hand on a blocker, and then taking it right up the middle there, getting them into enemy territory. 1st and 10, ball at the 41. Buena and Oakcrest all tied at 14. Oakcrest got on the board with a 45-yard run in the first quarter, and in the second quarter, Buena answered with a 2-yard touchdown plunge. Elliott with a 2-yard run made it 14-7, and then Buena answered with 34 seconds left in the half with a 30-yard touchdown pass. Rainier hands to Crouch. Crouch stood up, and he is put down after a gain of about 3.
Once again, Buena operating out of about the closest formation would be the wing T. Not really all the plays that Tubby Raymond ran at Delaware, but a similar type of offense, and they've been running it for a long time. Oakcrest operating out of a 3-4 defensive alignment.
Second and 7, ball to 38. Rainier hands to Crouch, who goes around the back to hold that one, and he is pushed backwards. Short gain, if any, on the play, but that ball went around from the front to the back, and somehow he held on to that.
Yeah, they're very fortunate there wasn't a fumble on that play. Rainier just didn't quite get to him on that handoff and kind of put it on his hip.
3rd down. Start of the second half, live video at 97.3 ESPN.com. 3rd and 4, ball at the 36-yard line. Rainier under center. Stares back over to the sideline, changing the play. Ball at the 36. Rainier hands off, a little trap play inside, and first down yardage, George DiBiase.
Mack on the tackle, but not until he was 5 yards down the field.
DiBiase on that little inside trap, he's hurt them tonight. Not a lot of carries, but when he carries the football, he gets good yardage. First and 10 for the Chiefs. Sends a man in motion. Albright, they pitch it to the motion man. Gets a nice block from DiBiase, cuts it up, and gets near first down yardage on the far side of the field. So a nice kick-out block there by DiBiase, and really nice running by Kadir Albright.
Yeah, DiBiase's done a great job getting in front of that play and getting downfield to make that block. And as we mentioned before, if if Albright gets the ball out in the open, he's tough to bring down.
2nd and 1. Rainier. It's like he almost tries to draw you off. Sorry. Then he looks to the sideline. Albright on the wing to the near side. Sends a man in motion, and he pitches it to the motion. Same play this time to DiBiase, who gets a block from Albright, gets the first down, but there's a flag on the play. So they run the exact same play with the opposite wing back this time.
Yeah, that was exactly like that. That was the play. Send him in motion, pitch it to him, and then have your slot man block the widest man on the defensive side out. All that was accomplished except for the hold, which will march him back.
So it'll make it 2nd down, and now about 10 yards after that holding penalty for Buena. Yeah, the Delaware wing T with Crouch in the fullback position right behind the center. Albright on the left wing back and DiBiase on the right wing back. We've got 3 different options in the backfield. Not really the school you want to choose to if you want to be a wideout. DiBiase on the right wing. Rainier under center. Now DiBiase comes and they do a little trap. Albright bounces to the outside, breaks a tackle, crosses up to around the 10, and inside. Ooh, the ball hit the ground, but late. And it looks like Buena will have the ball inside the 10 at about the 6.
And Rodriguez was the trap man that time, and he came around and had no one to block. Albright was past him already.
First and goal, ball at the 6 with 8:40 and counting here. Buena on the move. Yeah, they ran a little trap play inside there for Albright, and he ran it right up right guard. Rainier from the 6 under center. Crouch behind him. Albright goes in motion. They give it to Crouch up the middle. Crouch off right guard is in for a Buena touchdown.
Boy, great blocking on the line of scrimmage, and Crouch just powered his way through that line. 8:17 to play in the third quarter. Buena back on top.
Buena runs it right down the field with ease, quickly, to make it 20-14, the extra point coming. Rainier on to try. On the opening drive, Buena takes it right down the field. This to give them a 7-point lead. Snap, kick, and it is good. 8:17 left to play here in the third quarter. Buena 21, Oakcrest 14, 97.3 ESPN FM. Scouty's High Point Pub, Shore Road, and the White Horse Pike in Absecon. Best food and drink is available for you every day, and they deliver. Call the High Point, 641-3172 for takeout or delivery. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk, Ocean City, 800-842-2676. Have your popcorn shipped to you. They're online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Burio's Circle Cafe, MacArthur Boulevard, Summers Point. Loaded with TVs, all your favorite games, wings and tenders voted best at the shore. 609-927-6111 for takeout. And Shoppy's, 1031 Shore Road, Linwood. Shoppy.com. Select and design your own trophy or award and order it online. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Well, they took it right down the field with ease.
You know, Buena has had a fairly good field position on each and every possession, except for one. They were on their 8-yard line and didn't do anything, kind of punted it out, and that helped Oakcrest as far as field position. But on all the other possessions, they've been around the 38, 39, 40-yard lines, and were able to take them in.
Here's kick, low, hits the ground, hits a Falcon, ball still on the ground, and the Falcons look like they jump on top of it just short of the 30-yard line, as that ball was just kind of rolling around.
Actually, the first, I missed his number, but the first Oakcrest player did try to fall on it and actually missed the ball. So he better not be playing shortstop for the baseball team.
Yeah, that player that was running up there on the ball, kind of ran past it, was LaShawn Elliott, a junior. First and 10 for Oakcrest, ball at their own 27-yard line with 8:14 left to play here in the third quarter. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer on 97.3 ESPN and on live video at 97.3ESPN.com. Elliott sends a man in motion, Hinton to the near side, fakes it to Hinton, throws a pass, and it's just too far for the outstretched arms there of LaShawn Elliott.
Boy, it looked like he waited till LaShawn cleared, but just a bad pass, or else that was a big play happening.
Second down and 10 for Oakcrest, who had the first lead of this game. They had the second lead of this game and then gave it away in 30 seconds. We ended this half all tied up. Now, it's 21-14. Got an upset alert coming up for you in just a minute on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. 5 wide receivers. Elliott sends Hinton in motion, fakes it to Hinton, keeps it himself, can't get him to go down, and he gets a first down across the 40-yard line, pick up a 13.
Good run by Elliott as he broke up the middle, and at first looked like he had big room, but then a defender came in, put a move on him, made it out for the first down.
On the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, 0-3 Delsey is leading Paul VI, who's 3-0, 17-7. So Delsey looking to upset Paul VI out there in the West Jersey League tonight. Here it's 21-14 in the National Conference of the Cape Atlantic League. Throws it into the flat, complete, and brought down almost immediately on the far side of the field is Donnie Hayes.
Boy, you got to be a little careful with that. That time it wasn't a bubble screen. It was a man out of the backfield, and that was the lateral that he threw. Had that not been completed and been on the ground, it's anybody's ball.
7:18 and counting on a 2nd down and 10.
By the way, that doesn't count as a completed pass.
It's funny, we had a disagreement on the first one, and now we have a disagreement on the second one. Elliott in a shotgun side. Elliott rolls to the near side. Looking, rolling, and he goes down. Down he goes. Getting him there is Sammy Crouch. Gets him with a big sack and a big loss.
Boy, great defense by the defensive backfield of Buena. They just had those receivers covered. And that was about all he could do other than throwing the ball away, which would have been a little better choice.
Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 20 now after the loss of about 10 on the sack. So they've really been able to contain Elliott, even if the breaks down. He has not been able to run too much tonight.
And now we've seen a lot of bubble passes, but we haven't seen a screen. Is it that time now?
Elliott with 5 wides. Crowd encouraging on the offense. Sends Hinton in motion. They fake it to Hinton. Now he fires it down the field. He's got one-on-one coverage, and it is complete. Complete at the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Oakcrest. Shakur Moselle, 70 yards, Falcons. One-on-one coverage. He just went up and got it.
Actually, I thought it went through the defender's hands. It looked like it went right through his hands, but great concentration by Moselle. So, chance to be knotted once again with 5:56 to play here in the 3rd quarter. It's nothing if not exciting.
Big play from Elliott to Moselle. The kick is up, and it's good. And just like that, we are all tied up here in Mays Landing tonight with 5:56 to go. It's 21-21 on 97.3 ESPN.
I saw them in practice. They practiced that same play like 6 or 7 times just to streak down the left sideline. And Elliott showed the good arm by being able to put it up there and at least giving the receiver a chance to make the play. But that time, Buena was right there. But Elliott was able to complete the pass anyhow. 5:56 to play in the 3rd quarter, 21-21.
McGettigan's 19th hole, Route 9 in Galloway. Come celebrate the NFL season with 62 years tradition. Enjoy their $5 menu every Sunday during NFL games. McGettigan's 19th hole, Galloway's original Irish pub. And when you're ready for roofing, siding, or windows, call EOS Roofing and Siding, 609-545-1444, or visit them online at eastcoastroofing.com. Touchdown Oakcrest, Shakur Moselle, 70 yards from Elliott, 21-21. Long kick goes out to the end zone, so Oakcrest gets the kicking game going. And that will be Buena starting at the 20.
And it's amazing. They had a lot of problems with that kickoff before, but this time did a pretty good job of putting it in the end zone. And that's where Buena will put it in play on the 20-yard line.
First and 10. For Buena, 21-21. with 5:56 to play here in the third. Albright in motion. They hand it to Crouch. Oakcrest stands him up and they push him back. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Big stop in there by the Falcons. Give credit there to Prescott Nimley.
Well, they are doing a pretty good job up the middle. Crouch has had some run a whole lot in this ball game.
Maybe they're keeping that one in their back pocket for later on tonight. 5:29 and counting. 2nd and 9. Pickup of 1. 21-21 the score. Rainier under center. We got the Chiefs in white moving right to left. Albright, the pitch man. He gets the pitch with a head of steam, and he is out near a first down. Looks like he might have it, and it's a nice gain on the play by Buena. He's been tough all night.
He is so quick, and he gets to that edge so quick that if you don't have somebody out there already, you're not going to make the play.
It's a Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week produced by Prime Events right here on 97.3 ESPN. Boardwalk Honda wants your car, and they're paying top dollar. Visit boardwalkhonda.com. 1st and 10, ball at the 30. Buena scored first in the third, looking to answer the big bomb of 68 yards by Oakcrest. And they give it to Albright. Should be Sammy Crouch, the fullback, on the carry. Short gain on the play.
Buena and Oakcrest really are staying with their game plan. They are going with what got them here, and they're not deviating.
Well, we're all tied up, so I guess there's no need to.
No, I guess not.
Second and 6. Ball at the 35. A man in motion, that's Jackson. And they stand him up. Crouches. Boy, they lift him off his feet there. Carried him back a couple of yards. So yeah, Sammy Crouch, nowhere to go.
The Oakcrest line is really getting stronger and stronger. That time, the linebackers really filled very quickly. They play quite a distance off the line, 2 or 3 yards. They're not really inching up, but they get to the hole pretty quick.
3:39 to play in the third. Velasquez spread out wide to the far side of the field. They send a man in motion, DiBiase, and he stops. Now he kind of walks himself back to an all set behind Rainier. They hand off inside to DiBiase. He cuts it up and gets good yardage on the play. Gets near first down yards, short of the 40-yard line.
Taking advantage of the aggressiveness of Oakcrest, running a little counter play there. But Oakcrest defense did pretty well.
On the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, St. Augustine 44-0 now. Lamont Harris has 6 touchdowns.
Pretty good day at the office.
This Cal record. 6. It's a pretty good night. Guess he didn't get tired of scoring. Buena's going to punt here on 4th and 3. Good snap. Back deep to return to punt is Hurd. Hurd waving everybody out of the way, and Buena's going to touch it up around the 25-yard line. So Oakcrest will get it back with 2:18 to play. We're all tied up at 21 apiece here on 97.3 ESPN. And you wonder which of these two teams has the momentum right now.
Well, I don't think either team has the momentum. That time, Buena got the ball on its own 20-yard line, did make a first down, but that was about it. Now Oakcrest starts on its own 26. Let's see if they can put anything together.
See if you take that same play and take another shot right down the field and catch them napping. 1st and 10, ball at the 26. Elliott in a shotgun. 3 wide receivers this time. They hand the ball off to Hinton. Picks up about 2.
That was a similar play that they ran down on that goal line. It almost looks like if you, other than not having a quarterback, power eye, not having the quarterback under center, a power eye with 3 in the backfield there, and he just takes it and gives it off to Hinton, runs it straight ahead.
Elliott, 6 foot, 210 pounds, big kid for a quarterback, big kid for a sophomore quarterback. He's in a shotgun, 2 receivers split to the far side, and one over here on the near side. 21-21. We're all tied up with 1:38 left to play here in the third quarter. Elliott to throw. Lofts a high pass up the sideline, and it is almost intercepted through the arms of Tyler Rainier in defense. Gerald Jackson in defense, as he was shooting down the field there for Jaden Britt.
And Britt was running and looking, but Elliott really aired it out, and let's see, about 10, 20, 30, 40, about 50, 55 yards that pass traveled.
Third and 9 at the 27. Looking over the Buena defense. Elliott, 3 wide receivers. Elliott reverses to the near side. Fires, got a man, and it is broken up in coverage there by Tyler Drayle, the linebacker, and he had a man, just didn't lead him enough.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Drayle, though, running step for step with him. Then at that last minute, put his arm out and knocked it away. Well, another punting situation.
After all the fireworks, we've exchanged punts now. .121 to play here in the third quarter. Oakcrest going to punt. Albright and Velasquez back deep for the Chiefs. Elliott's punt high, and it is taken by Velasquez. Oh, he dropped it and then falls right on top of it, short of the 50-yard line. So Buena will take over with good field position here with 1:16 to play.
So with the exchange of punts, Buena has gained a lot better field position, but Oakcrest was not able to move the ball really at all.
In that Delsey PVI game, Paul VI has scored twice in the third. They make it 17-14 all of a sudden. That was a 17-0 game on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. First down for Buena. Inman in motion and up the middle. Big gain on the play. Pick up for Crouch of about 8, maybe more.
And again, that was just a little dive over the right-hand side, but that offensive line really blew Oakcrest off the line that time.
Actually, first down yards, pickup of 12 as he continued to bring some guys along for the ride with him here. So 1st and 10, ball at the 42 after the pickup of 12 yards on the play. Rainier under center. Sends a man, Inman, in motion. They hand to Crouch, and Crouch trying to push forward, and he is pushed backwards. So one big play, one stuff.
It was the exact same play, too. Went back over the right side this time, gained about 3.
2nd and 7, as Jim mentioned, pick up of 3. Ball now at the 39-yard line, just over the 40, with just under 30 seconds to play. Will this be, it should be the final play. They're even going to take it or get it off. We're all tied at 21 here in Mays Landing tonight, right at the 50-yard line at Oakcrest High School. And this time they hand it to Crouch again. He crosses the 35-yard line, and he's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, and they feel they got something there. That's about 4 times in a row they ran that direct handoff to the fullback over the right side of the line.
Final play of the third quarter with the score: Buena 21, Oakcrest 21, right here on 97.3 ESPN. When you're faced with a civil trial case like personal injury, employment discrimination, or negligence, you need the right lawyer. Make the call to Goldberg Mackler in Atlantic City, Northfield, Rio Grande, and Vineland. Online at gmslaw.com. Atlantic Chiropractic Holistic Center, your total health resource for people of all ages, featuring chiropractic, acupuncture, and massage services. Services 6717 Atlantic Avenue. That's over there in Ventnor. Jersey Mike's has a great menu of sandwiches in the ShopRite Center in Summers Point. Choose from an assortment of hot and cold subs. Open 7 days a week from 10 till 9. 609-653-3000 for Jersey Mike's. Final quarter of play, all tied up, 21-21. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer live here on 97.3 ESPN and live video at 97.3ESPN.com.
Both teams come in undefeated. Oakcrest 0-2, Buena 0-3. Pretty good clubs, and here we are tied.
3-0 and 2-0.
Oh, I was the opposite way?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said both teams were undefeated, 0-2 and 0-3.
Yeah, the wins are on the other side this time. Well, Buena has the ball. They perform much better when they have good field position as opposed to being deep in their own territory. Maybe it's because the coach feels a little looser. I don't know what it is, but they've moved the ball well. And now they have 3rd and short, and you know they're going to be in 4-down territory.
3rd and 3, ball at the 39. Rainier for Buena. They have the football moving left to right now. They send DiBiase on a pitch to the outside. He's got the pitch, and he's got the first down. Big pitch, big play, and DiBiase still on his feet. Almost up to around the 20-yard line now, so a big run by DiBiase.
And another good call. I would assume everybody on Oakcrest was looking for some kind of a dive with 3rd and short, but they faked it and pitched to the outside, got another first down.
So a pickup of about 15 on the play. Ball at the 24. 1st and 10 for Buena. Coming up on 9 o'clock here in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10. Ball at the 24. Buena driving. They send a man in motion. They hand it up the middle. And there goes Crouch. Crouch is in for a touchdown. 24 yards, just a quick little handoff right up the middle. And they've been using that play, almost daring you to not try to go after it. And this time, he busted up for 24 yards.
Boy, I'm telling you, I said before that it looked like they thought they found something. Well, they did. It was crouch, crouch, crouch over that right side till finally he wore him down, broke loose. Not the fastest runner in the world, but an awful strong runner, and ran it in from 24 yards out with 11:23 to play here in the ball game.
The extra point coming would make it 28-21 if it's good for Rainier, who's been perfect tonight. Sammy Crouch goes 24 yards for a Buena touchdown. The kick makes it 28-21. Buena leads Oakcrest here on 97.3 ESPN with live video at 97.3ESPN.com. Tuckahoe Turf Farm, home field advantage. Tuckahoe Turf Farm will be awarding one lucky South Jersey high school a brand new sod football field this season. Listen to 97.3 ESPN's high school football coverage to find out how to enter your school for a chance to win a brand new sod football field.
Whoa, whoa. Who's paying for that? Mike McGarry?
Tuckahoe Turf Farm. Making sure that there's a lot of fields in this area that could use a new field.
Yeah, somebody was just, I'm losing that trend of thought. Somebody was just looking to get a turf field, and a lot of parents came to the meeting to complain about
Ocean City.
Ocean City, that's
a turf field. This would be a sod field.
Oh,
they wouldn't have that problem.
And actually, Oakcrest Field is I walked on it before the game in very, very good condition. Let's see if they can answer the bell here. They've pretty much done that when they've fallen behind. We just have a helicopter going over top.
It's not a helicopter, that's an airplane.
Oh, it was an airplane? Boy, that's slow.
And it looked like it was about to land on the field.
That's unbelievable. That's why I thought it was a helicopter. Man, oh man.
Buena kicks it low, picked up at the 30. The eruption of people around here wondering what the heck was going on. You're right. It seemed like it would have been a helicopter trying to land on the field. That's how low that airplane just went, we're assuming, to the airport here in Pomona, the Pomona area, which is right at the next area over.
Yeah, actually,
that thing was
this
huge.
is Hamilton Township, and the airport actually is in Hamilton Township. But boy, oh boy, that seemed like it was below the lights. Whew. Okay, Oakcrest does get the ball on their own 30-yard line, so there's 7 up, and there's a penalty. I didn't see.
I think everybody's still looking in the air to see if the airplane is coming back. I mean, that was wild. The legal procedure against Oakcrest is going to make it
15-yard penalty, so probably unsportsmanlike conduct.
So first and 10, ball at the 15. It was a short, low kick that was recovered at around the 20, 25-yard line.
Well, neither team had to drive this far. Let's see if Oakcrest can do something this deep in their own territory.
First and 10, Elliott, 3 wides, sends a man in motion, fakes it to the motion man, keeps it himself, bounces it to the outside, and down he goes. Oakcrest has not been able to be successful in that play all night.
No, he hasn't been able to, and he's a fairly good runner, but he hasn't been able to get anything on the ground.
Second down and 10, no gain on the play. Under 11 minutes to go in the game. Buena leads by a touchdown. They send 2 receivers to the near side here, including Usher. Elliott, 4 wides overall in the shotgun. Back to throw, and he fires one out to Usher, and it's broken up in the flat there. Looks like DiBiase got a hand on it.
He just didn't quite wait long enough. He didn't wait for that receiver to clear. Had he, there was a little pocket there, and he may have had a big play out of it.
Now you have 3rd down and 10 for Oaks with 10:26 to go.
And Buena's, their 3 deep people were already 15 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Rashawn Cruz is back there along with Albright. So they are really far off the ball. Ball at their own 15-yard line. 3rd down and 10 for Oakcrest. They trail by 7 with 10:26 left to go in the game. Elliott, the throw. Setting up a screen pass. He's got it complete, caught, and it is quickly brought down. Terrence Smith caught the football, who's back in the game. He missed some time with an injury, but he is back on the field. That's the first time he's touched the ball since the injury.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a great series for Buena, though. They needed to stop Oakcrest to maintain that momentum that they got on that nice drive and the 24-yard touchdown run by Crouch.
Low snap, but Elliott gets it, gets the punt off, bounces at the 40, then takes a Oakcrest bounce across the 50, picked up by Vasquez on the far side of the field, and he quickly goes down as Oakcrest does a good job of covering the football. Jaden Britt there makes a nice stop.
Well,
Sammy Crouch has been a big key in this game. He had that big run there, and he also makes a play on defense.
The Buena Braves are going to put themselves in fairly good field position. Once again, the ball's on the 46-yard line of Oakcrest. At this point, with 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go, another score could wrap it up.
Yeah, both teams have been able to answer, but Oakcrest does not answer that time. 28-21 over the Falcons of Oakcrest. With the football now is Buena. With 9:39 left to go in the game, now they can really put it on the ground. Run some clock here. Post-game show coming up with Dave O'Sullivan next. Inside trap and down from the backside. goes Albright. Nice play on the play there by Matt Hess.
And that's what Oakcrest needs now, penetration into the backfield. They got it that time, and that play was slow from the start.
2nd down and 10 as Hess caught him from the backside. Ball at the Oakcrest 46. Rainier pitches to the near side. Albright gets a crease. 1st down and more at the 20 and goes out of bounds short of the 15-yard line. And it'll be a big 1st down run. Kadir Albright has been doing it. 5'4". Tough to find him back there.
He is so quick. He gets on that edge so quick that if there's no penetration, he's going down that sidelines, and that's exactly what happened. Actually, one of the defenders for Oakcrest did a great job of forcing him in, but there was no help inside.
Funny, he just left the game, did Albright. He's 5'4". His replacement, Inman, is 5 foot. Justin Inman into the game, a junior, 5 foot, 133 pounds. 1st and 10, ball to the 23. Buena leads 28-21. Just under 9 minutes to play in the football game. Rainier taking his time. DiBiase in motion. And there's some whistles.
It's probably delay a game.
Whistle before the play.
Buena called time.
Timeout, Buena.
So with the timeout, 8:58 to play here in the football game. The Buena Chiefs 28, the Oakcrest Falcons 21. Jersey Mike's great menu, sandwiches, ShopRite Center, Summers Point. Choose from an assortment of cold sauce, including the classic American, ham and provolone with onions, lettuce, tomato, and their special spices. Among their hot sandwiches is Jersey Mike's famous Philly sandwich and the Big Kahuna cheesesteak. They also have wraps, the sub in a tub. When they make your favorite sub into a salad, a kids menu. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 9. Visit Jersey Mike's, ShopRite Center, New Road, Summers Point, 609-653-3000 for Jersey Mike's.
Clean turn. I thought we were done. I thought I'm going down with Schaefer. Jesus. How's it going to be to not even be mentioned in the open?
High school football players looking for a chance to play at the next level. Set aside Wednesday, December 3rd. That's the night of the 40th annual college night at Apsagami High School. It starts at 7 o'clock. More on that in a minute. Here's our 1st down and 10 play from the 23-yard line. Buena with the ball coming out of the timeout with just under 9 minutes to play. I wonder if I'm going to read about that airplane in the newspaper tomorrow. Thought we were all going down. DiBiase on the pitch. Cuts it back. DiBiase with the flag now. Short of the first.
Generally in that area, it's some kind of hold against the offense. Let's see what the call is.
And it is a hold. So back we go, 10 yards. More than 40 college representatives will be at Apsagami on December the 3rd. The event is sponsored by Apsagami and the South Jersey chapter of the National Football Foundation. That's December 3rd at Apsagami High School for college night.
Well, that could very well be a very big play for Oakcrest. The fact that they virtually were on the doorstep there of a 1st down. Now they have 1st and, I would say, 15.
1st and 17 officially. Ball at the 28. As Oakcrest really needing a stop here. Down by 7 with 8:46 to play. Rainier under center for Buena. They send a man in motion, Albright. They pitch it to Albright, who comes to the near side. And he is whacked in the backfield. Big hit by Donnie Hayes. And Albright went down immediately.
You know, it was a great play by Hayes, but it looked to me like Albright was trying to stop to cut back inside and lost his footing. But whatever the case, Hayes was right there. Big play.
He read it well, came up from the corner spot to make the stick. Coming up on 8 minutes to play, 2nd and 22. So the holding call and now a loss puts Bridgeton in a tough spot. Keep in mind, they have thrown a 30-yard touchdown tonight, right about from this spot on the field. They threw a seam pass up to Albright earlier in the game in the second quarter. They send DiBiase in motion. They hand it to Crouch off left tackle, and there's a fumble on the play, and Oakcrest thinks they have it.
The ball definitely came out. I don't.
And they do.
Oakcrest.
Oakcrest got the football. Crouch fumbled it, and Sammy Crouch, who's been all over the place tonight, he fumbles the ball with 7:38 to play in the game.
$7:38. But again, they still got a long drive ahead of them.
Well, this is an offense that can do it. They like to put the ball in the air. They've scored on a 68-yard touchdown tonight. They're at their own 26. Elliott in a shotgun with 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Double slot formation. Empty backfield. Elliott throws, fires. It is complete. Complete to Mazzell, who had that 68-yard touchdown. He's got a first down and some. And Mazzell now 2 catches on the night. Both of them have been for big plays.
George DiBiase almost intercept that. Just couldn't quite get enough hops to get up there to get that ball. But he was between the quarterback and that wide receiver.
Up to the 41, gain of about 15 on the play. 1st and 10. Clock continues to roll. Coming up on 7 minutes now. 3 wides, 2 to the far side. Elliott, hands off. And it is going to be a pickup of about 8 as he crosses midfield. Hinton, who has had a nice game running the football for Oakcrest, he gets into enemy territory just short of the first down. Going to be 2nd and 1.
Good call by Chuck Smith. Not going just pass. Change it up a bit. Nice play off the right side for about 9 yards.
2nd down and 2, they're going to call it. Ball at midfield. 6:40 and counting. Oakcrest, 50 yards of real estate, sits in front of them to tie this game up. Elliott to throw. Bubble screen, gets it out to Mazzell, and he gets a first down and some. Crosses the 40, picks up about 12.
Again, that little bubble screen, but this time Stokes did a nice job of standing up the defensive corner. He was able to go down the sideline for a first down.
12, Velasquez in there to finally bring Mazzell down after the pickup of 12. 38-yard line is where the ball sits right now. 1st and 10 for Oakcrest.
Plenty of time.
6:14 left to play. Elliott, low snap. He gets it. Hands to Hinton. Hinton with the big hole. Breaks the tackle. Cuts to the outside. Still on his feet at the 20-yard line. And it's another first down for Oakcrest and a pickup of 18.
That was a great job by Hinton, but I'll tell you, it was an even better job by that offensive line who just Hess and others opened up that side, the left side of that line, and he had nobody that touched him until he was 25 yards, 20 yards down the field.
They break the huddle on a 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Elliott looks over this 3-4 Chiefs look. 3 wide receivers. Elliott in a shotgun. Back to throw. Play action. Flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes. Crouch got him, and a host of other Chiefs in on the help, but Sammy Crouch was the first one to grab him. So he gets right back around the line, so I don't know if he gets credited for a sack on that one or not. I don't think so, because he got right back to the line. So it'll be 2nd.
It looked like there was a little confusion on that play. I don't know whether he was supposed to just follow the blocker up the middle or spin to the outside, but by the time he made up his mind, Crouch was there. 2nd
down and 8, so he did get 2 yards, so no sack on the play. Ball at the 18-yard line. Under 5 minutes to play after this. Elliott in a shotgun. Rolls to the far side of the field. Steps up. Elliott. Now he's going to keep it. Elliott slides down to the 10. Just short of the 10. A pickup of about 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
Another good job by the secondary of Buena. He just had nobody to throw to. It was a good decision trying to run the ball because now, again, it's 3rd down, but it's definitely 4th down territory.
3rd and 1, 4.5 minutes to play. 28-21. Buena leaves Oakcrest. Oakcrest with the ball on the move. This drive led by Elliott. 2 wides to the far side. Elliott hands to Hinton. Hinton up the middle, and he is stopped, but did he get the 1st down? It looks like he did.
Yeah, it looks like he got the 1st down. So the 2 things happened. It stops the clock with 4:10 to play. And Oakcrest will have a 1st down with goal to go.
1st and 10, ball at the 11.
No, it's inside the 10-yard line. The scoreboard's wrong because the yard markers are down.
Correct. Yeah, they just changed the scoreboard. Now it's at the 10. So it is 1st and goal. Under 4 minutes to play now. Elliott, Hinton, carries a defender, crosses the 5. Just short of the goal line to around the 3. Pick up about 7.
And I'll tell you, he keeps those legs churning. He was hit a couple times, but if you don't wrap, you're not going to bring him down.
2nd and 3. 2nd and goal from the 3. 3:22 left to play.
Come on, friends and family. Now's the time we need it. Let's shake these bleachers.
Fumble. They fumble the football. The ball's on the ground.
For every yard. 1st or 3rd and goal from the 1.
Recovered it right at the 1. That ball came out, and it went forward, but it didn't get into the end zone, and it's going to be first a goal to go at the 1. 3rd and goal. Ball at the 1. Oakcrest trails by 7 with 2:38 to play. Elliott in a shotgun. Elliott hands to Hinton. Hinton's in for a touchdown. Touchdown Falcons.
Actually, he went in easily. 2:28 to play from 1 yard out.
Hinton with the run for Santana Hinton. Injured Falcon on the play. Reese Buck is up. He opened up that hole for his teammate. Gave the Falcons a touchdown.
This is a big extra point. Are they going to try to tie it, or are they going to go for 2?
I think they're going to try to tie it.
2-yard or 1-yard touchdown run. With a chance to tie it here, and Oakcrest calls timeout. With 2:28 to play here in the game, 28-27, Buena leads Oakcrest here on the Game of the Week on 97.3 ESPN.
And I'll tell you got to give them credit. They had to drive from their 26-yard line. They did it, took it the distance, mixing the pass and the run until finally Hinton went in from 1 yard out with 2:28 to go. And at this time, it's 28-27. The extra point can knot it up.
Baseball.
Or, as Mike pointed out, they want to take the big chance. They'd go for 2.
Well, you know, here's a situation where your quarterback's a pretty big kid. You can try to push forward for 2 yards, or you can try to leave it on the foot of your offensive line, deep tackle Matt Hess, and that's what they're going to elect to do. So Hess has the task of trying to tie this thing up with the extra point. Snap good. It is up, and it is good. With 2:28 left to play in the football game. Buena 28, Oakcrest 28 on 97.3 ESPN with live video on 97.3 ESPN.com. Don't forget, Eagles-Rams, 1 o'clock with Merrill Reese, Mike Quick, bringing you all the play-by-play. That's Sunday at 1 here on 97.3. Next Friday, I'll be with Ken Mosca to bring you Violent in Atlantic City right here on 97.3 and on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Tom Williams, Bud Rink, and Butch Gleason have Egg Harbor Township at Ocean City. Here we're tied at 28. Been a great night in Mays Landing. And so far, some interesting stories around the Cape Atlantic League. We just heard some of the games next week. Ocean City, tough loss tonight is history made by Harris with 6 touchdowns out there. But they look like they've at least turned some things around out there. Violent's already got a couple of wins. Pleasantville could be on their way to a win tonight against Lower Cape May. You see Oakcrest playing a big game at home. This crowd has been phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, and Buena has answered the call as Oakcrest has answered the call. It is every bit as good a game as the score indicates with 2:28 to play. Knot it up at 28.
You can watch the finish on our website, 97.3ESPN.com. If you're in the car and you just got to listen to the end of it, head on to your laptop or even your phone and watch the live video. Kick is short, rolled on at about the 30-yard line. Buena will start at about the 32-yard line.
Just above the 30-yard line. Buena shoots the kick ball first and 10 from the 31.
Well,
Final 2:28 coming.
All that happened before doesn't mean a whole lot. Right now, what Buena would like to do is just run out the clock and score any kind of points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown.
We're tied 28-28. Buena and Oakcrest. Watch the final 2:28 or keep it right here on 97.3ESPN.com as Buena with the football, moving left to right. Rainier under center for Buena. Wing T offense. They send DiBiase in motion. They hand to Crouch. Crouch carrying defenders. He's pushed backwards. A pickup of about 3.
Well, in the last drive, that was the play that gained a lot of yards coming down the field. So why not go back to it? They did and gained, we'll give them 4.
And Mr. Hurt, they told us, the referee told us that you can't get the crowd wild.
Second down and 6. Second and 6 play as Buena with the football. 1:43 to play. Back to throw, and he is sacked. Down he goes. Big sack for the play by Hinton. On a blitz, just came right up the chute there, and Hinton got him. It's going to be a 3rd down and long.
And he's doing it on both sides of the ball. He came through clean from his linebacker spot, and really, Rainier had no shot.
You're right, no shot. As soon as he shot through that gap, he was right there in Rainier's face. Rainier just kind of squats down and takes that sack, and he knows it's 3rd down and 11 with 1:07 to play. Is Buena playing for overtime here now?
You know, I was thinking the same thing, Mike. You can't be too brazen in this spot because Oakcrest intercepts or something, and they have the great field position.
Buena takes time with 55 seconds left to play here in the 4th quarter. ESPN, and don't forget live video at 97.3ESPN.com. And don't forget tomorrow I'll have the play-by-play call with Steve Parker as Cedar Creek takes on Bridgeton in another game that should be pretty entertaining with 2 teams that really have some skill players.
And I'll tell you, the National Conference is going to be a ballywick to figure out who's going to win that National Conference by the time this year is over.
Dave O'Sullivan and Pete G have the post game coming up with scores from all over the area tonight, including an upset in the West Jersey Football League. They'll have more on that coming up here on 97.3 ESPN. And, of course, you can check out all of our high school football action on our website, 97.3ESPN.com. 3rd and 11 for Buena. Rainier to throw. Launches one. It is way out of the reach, and it's going to be 4th down with 50 seconds left. You got to punt the football here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at the play call. You know, Trying to get the first down is one thing, but just throwing it up for grabs, it's a little shaky.
So on 4th down, Buna's got a punt. Now keep in mind, back to receive the punt is Jaylene Hurd. He's just a freshman back there now with 50 seconds left in the football game of a tie game in the 4th quarter. They got a freshman back there to receive this punt. That's a gutsy call.
It looks like right now that Oakcrest is going for the block.
Kick is off. Bounces at the 45, and it's touched up by Buna first. And that's where it'll stop with 43.8 seconds. So 7 seconds come off the clock. By the way, on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, Lower Cape May beats Pleasantville. It's the first time they've won in 2 years. They win that game 14-13. Means Lower Cape May will stay out of the basement in the National Conference. Pleasantville will fall to 0-4. Holy Spirit playing middle tonight in the National Conference as well. Christian Unit Oakcrest right now, the final 43 seconds. Elliott in a shotgun, empty backfield, fires, complete, and it is a first down, complete. Usher catches the football at about the 45-yard line. And a first down, the sticks move. That means the clock stops.
Buna playing a zone, and he just was in the middle between the linebacker and the deep safety.
They stopped the clock to get the change reset. Now it's 35 seconds. Elliott, and there's a low snap, and there's some whistles. And it looks like a flag. Yep, there's a flag there. And Oakcrest was hustling to get back on the ball here.
It looked like Oakcrest was moving.
Yep, and they did. They were trying to get back on the field. So this National Conference, this is really for the top spot tonight. The two teams both undefeated. And Buna already beat Bridgeton and Cedar Creek tonight. So this could put Oakcrest in a really good spot, but reopen the conference for everybody. Over the American side tonight, St. Joe's, easy work on Violin. Prep, easy work over Ocean City. EHC already beat Absegami last night. Mainland and Atlantic. Absegami beat EHC, and Atlantic City, Mainland, and Millville idle.
Yeah, that was an EHT and Absegami tough game when you lose the guy's a bad snap, so he couldn't kick the extra point, which would have tied it, and he ends up taking it in for a 2-point conversion.
Unbelievable. Here it is 28-28 with 28 seconds left to go. Ball at the 49-yard line after the penalty. It'll be 1st and 15. Chuck Smith walking off the field after calling the play inside that huddle. The clock at 28.5. Elliott to throw, steps up. He goes down the field. He's got a man, and it is intercepted on the far side. Oh, no, in and out of his hands. It looked like he went up and got it, but it went right through his hands.
I think that's why he kind of laid down there, because he felt he had the best shot at the ball. We said about Buna just throwing it up. Well, that's exactly what Oakcrest did. They were hoping that their man running down the sideline would be able to out-jump the defensive back, but that wasn't to be. Still 21 seconds to play.
2nd and 15. These pass plays got to take a little longer for him, because if it gets to 4th down, then you wonder what happens. Here's the play in the flat. It is incomplete off the hands of Hinton, and he wasn't going to gain much on the play, whether he caught it or not.
No, that play actually was just as well that he didn't catch it at all, because he wouldn't even have got to the 1st down stripe on that play. Best he was going to do was gain a couple yards and get out of bounds.
3rd and 15. Ball at the 49. Now, Hess seems like he's got a nice boot. You wonder if they would try a long field goal if time was so desperate, how far they would need to get.
I don't know about this long.
Not from this range, but how far they would need to get here. They're at the 49 now. 3rd and 15. 18.5 seconds left. Elliott steps up. He is sacked. He is sacked. Down he goes. Big sack on the play. Coming up is Tim Sutter.
And now you let it just run out. Les Buna's going to call timeout.
And
they did.
Buena does call timeouts because it's 4th down now. And it's 4th down in so long. With 8 seconds left, Buena saying we want to take a shot to return a punt here now.
Or block a punt.
Or block a punt. That's true too. 8.2 seconds. There's going to be 4th down and maybe 30 here. A huge loss on that play. And Tim Sutter came shooting up the middle. We haven't called his name all night. 5'8", 140 pounds, and maybe makes the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, it's about 28. Well, what's Chuck Smith have up his sleeve for this one? You know, he can't just kneel down. That would give him it would give Buena at least a chance to throw an alley-oop here at the end of the game.
Tied up at 28 apiece. Live video of this game on 97.3 ESPN.com. 8.2 seconds. Buena has a man back standing around his 35-yard line. Elliott to punt. Low snap, but Elliott gets it. Gets the kick off. It's high. It's going to take a bounce at the 35, and Oakcrest hits Hess in the chest. And the sound of the alarm goes off here, but it did hit Hess in the chest before that alarm went off, but it sounds like we're going to overtime.
How much time do they get? It's like a quarter? How much?
They get the ball at the 25. Do they have
before they
yeah, they're going to 25-yard lines where they'll place the ball here in overtime, and each team will be given 4 downs to try to get a touchdown here, or they'll make a first down or a field goal.
Well, it seems appropriate. Both teams did a great job of coming back, and Oakcrest case really drove almost the entire field to knot it up. So a lot of things happen in the ball game today, and we are knotted. Now we get a little OT. You don't see that a whole lot in high school football.
I can't remember the last time I had an overtime game. I think it was Thanksgiving a couple of years ago, Mainland and EHT. That had to be 5, 6, 7 years ago, though. Actually, I take that back. St. Augustine, Cedar Creek, Thanksgiving Day, about 3 years ago. I had that game, was 2 years ago. That was an overtime game, but that game was in the 50s. 50s, 48, something to that effect. Here we're 28-28. If you want to watch this game, you can check out our website, 97.3ESPN.com, for the live video of this overtime. Oakcrest has had overtime earlier this year versus East Orange. They won that game.
That's right. That's right. In fact, since that game, the Oakcrest defense, up until this game, had only given up 1 touchdown.
Well, the ball will be spotted at the 25, and we're about to start live action here. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, Cedar Creek and Bridgeton, both those teams now. If Oakcrest can win this game, that would have everybody except for Oakcrest with a loss, but Oakcrest still plays Bridgeton and Cedar Creek. So that would reopen some possibilities in the National Conference. If Buena is to win this game, they would have already beaten Oakcrest, Bridgeton, and Cedar Creek. So that would really make some things difficult for those teams.
Crazy things can happen. You know, I was just thinking about that. You know, between assistant and head coach of football, it's around for a lot of years. I never once had an overtime game.
Really?
Never. I guess I had to get home to eat, so I
Well, you were eating in the middle of the game here. That's the problem. If you would have saved that, you would have got out of here.
Wouldn't have eaten, we'd have had a game in regulation. Now, I'm assuming they flip a coin again to see who gets the first possession.
It looks like the officials have the Buena players on the far side of the field and the coaching staff, but they are not over here talking. Well, the captains are coming out here for Oakcrest. You can see 74 Hess. Also coming out is Stokes, along with William Fish and Joshua Brockenberry. They are the captains for Oakcrest.
Well, again, can you defer?
I'm sure you can have the other
Because
team.
I'd rather be on defense.
Right,
first.
I'm sure that you can elect to have the opponent start with the ball first. They get the ball at the 25-yard line. Over on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, Ocean City did get on the board in that game against St. Augustine tonight. 44-7. The final. St. Augustine beats Ocean City. So that makes the prep improve. The 3-1. Ocean City now falls to 1-3 after their opening night win. Taking a look at what's coming up on the Cape Atlantic League schedule next week here on 97.3 ESPN. We will be at Atlantic City when they take on Vineland. St. Augustine plays Mainland, EHT at Ocean City, Epsigami's at Millville, Bridgeton at Pleasantville, Holy Spirit at Buena. And if Buena loses this game, that reopens some things up for Holy Spirit possibly, and then Oakcrest is at Lower Cape May. So you would think if Oakcrest can win tonight, they got a real good shot to get themselves to 4-0.
Lower Cape May coming off that big win.
That's right. And then, of course, St. Joe's will be a big story at Steubenville, Ohio next week at 2 o'clock. A lot of people will have eyes on that game.
Will the press be covering that?
That's a good question. I know that we've been efforting to get out there.
I think that's terrific that they're playing that. How do you feel? Is the press covering that game, Michael? Figures.
97.3 will be there. Mark my words. We vow to be there. Oakcrest will have the ball first. Who knew that the period between fourth quarter and overtime was longer than halftime? So Oakcrest will have the ball first and 10 at the 25-yard line. You can get first downs, but there is no clock. So here we go. Elliott in a shotgun. Elliott hands off, Hinton breaks some tackles, and he jumps out to around the 10-yard line. Pickup of about 15 on the play.
Boy, he was guarding the ball. He had both hands around it, expecting to hit the line of scrimmage, and he wasn't touched.
So first and
nice
10.
First down for Oakcrest, and now they have the ball on, it looks like about the 11 or 12.
Yep, they're going to mark it there at the 13-yard line, so it's first and 10. Oakcrest can still get a first down. 28-28, we're in overtime. Oakcrest and Buena. Elliott, shotgun formation. Hands it off. And Hinton looks like he's going to get inside the 10 up to around the 5-yard line.
And he only had to break one more tackle, and he was going in the end zone. But the Buena player got a hold of him and just hung on for dear life.
So 2nd and 6, a pickup of 4. Ball at the 9. Oakcrest can get another first. Got to get to around the 2.
And Buena needs a stop.
Elliott with 2 receivers split to the near side. He gives to Hinton off left tackle who cuts it up. He's stopped there, and he is going to be right around the 2 to 3 yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and it's going to be about a yard or two.
Boy, Rodriguez came through clean for Buena, but wasn't able to make that tackle.
So 3rd and 2 for Oakcrest.
Big decision now. You have to be thinking, if we don't make it, are we kicking the field goal or going for it?
Ball at the 5. Elliott. Hands off, and it is, ooh, it looks like he got a first down.
I
His
think he got
second
it.
effort might have got it there.
Looked at first like he was going to be stopped, Mike, but he just kept driving, and now it's down on the 1 yard line with 1st and goal.
Remember, Buena gets the ball at the 25 back as well, regardless of a score here. And if there's no score, Buena still has to score, so they would get the ball regardless. 1st and goal, ball at the 1.
I'm looking for Hinton again. How about you?
Seems that's the way they're going. Off the right side, Hinton, and he is hit. He drives forward, and touchdown, Oakcrest. A touchdown for Oakcrest gives them the 34-28 lead.
Great drive by our Falcons.
You know, it was a great effort by Hinton on all those plays. But in that particular one, as you called it, Mike, he got hit by 1 or 2 guys prior to getting across that goal line, but he just was not to be denied, and he put those 6 points up on the board. Now comes the extra point, and it can be a big one too. It's up. It's good.
And it's good.
So it's going to be, as Mike pointed out, Buena's ball in the 25. Now the pressure is on them. They have to not only move the ball, they got to take it on in. If they don't score a touchdown and an extra point, it's Oakcrest victory.
So Buena will get the ball with a chance to tie this game. We'll, of course, go for 2 and win the game. Get that option as well. Live video on our website, 97.3 ESPN.com. And it has been a wild game here in Mays Landing tonight. If you're leaving games from around the area tonight, you probably saw blowout go St. Augustine. But here it has been back and forth, and it has been a wild one.
The AD's going out on the field for Oakcrest. I don't know whether they complained about something in the end zone or maybe some people in the end zone are having something to say, because that's where he's going. He's going over and probably just saying, hey, let's hold it down. But here we go. Buena will have its opportunity.
Ball to 25 for Buena. Tyler Rainier, Kadir Albright, George DiBiase, and Sammy Crouch. They're the main contributors on offense for Buena. They hand off to Crouch up the middle, picks up about 4.
I think you'll see an Oakcrest player keeping a very close eye on number 7, Albrecht, though, because he's their lightning rod.
2nd down and 5 after the pickup of 5. So Oakcrest, their defense now has a chance to win this football game for them after their offense has put 35 points on the board. They were down. They drove all the way down late in the game to tie it up, and here we are in overtime.
That's a good first down for Oakcrest, or Buena, though.
2nd and 5 for Buena. Rainier pitches out to DiBiase, and Oakcrest sniffs it out and makes a stop. It's going to be short of the first down, but it's going to be 3rd down and short now.
Boy, a little fresh pitch, but it was completed. Now it's 3rd and short. Looks like about 2, so they have 2 downs to get this first down, remember.
35-28 the score. We're in overtime. Buena 3rd down. It looks like about 3. So 3rd and 3. What will they call here? Ball to 21. They pitch it to Albright, and Albright is caught from the backside, but he squirts through. The tackle was almost made in the backfield. He caught him from the backside, did Kevin Stokes, but he squeezes out of that tackle and goes for it'll be 4th down and about 1, maybe less than a yard. Oh, they're going to give it to him.
That was a tough mark. I thought he had the first down, and he did. But the interesting thing is he was kind of hit by 2 players. And remember, he's 5'6", 150 pounds, but he battled through, stretched out, got the first down.
Big play there as you watch it on the replay on 97.3 ESPN.com. Boy, Stokes had him, and he just kind of ran through the tackle. If you want to watch live games, check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe to 97.3 ESPN on YouTube. You can watch games each and every week. They hand the ball up the middle and nowhere to go. Buena going to have 2nd down.
Yeah, that's a little strange call. They've had all their big plays on the edges. Now, advantage goes to Oakcrest. 2nd and long.
2nd down and 9, a pickup of 1. Boy, if you could put them in a 3rd and long, that would be a real uncomfortable spot for Buena.
Yeah, and the surprising thing is I haven't seen a whole lot of blitzing from Oakcrest.
Rainier under center. They turn, reverse handoff. Crouch has it. He falls forward up to around the 10, a pickup of 4.
Buena going with the idea. They know they have 4 downs, so they don't have to make it 1. So now they have 5 yards to go with 2 downs to go.
Ball is just at right around the 11. 3rd down and 5. So still a makeable run here for Buena.
I would see something on the edge.
We've seen those wingbacks getting pitches as they're moving. Let's see if they find Albright. Keep an eye on DiBiase as well. Rainier under center. He hands it to Crouch, who bounces to the outside. He is hit, falls forward up to around the 5-yard line.
Boy, I'll tell you,
he's just fighting.
That was a great run. It may have been only for 3 or 4 yards, but, I mean, he was like a pinball, bouncing off the tacklers, trying to keep going to get down to get this first down. Here it is. Boils down to 1 yard, 4th and 1 to go for the first down.
4th and 1. Ball at the 10, which means they can still get a first down right here.
It's a 6.
Excuse me, the ball is at the 5. 4th and 1. 4th and goal, we should say. Ball at the 5. A stop here, the game's over. Rainier under center. We haven't seen him run yet. Is this the time? Crouch goes forward, and he gets the first down, but not a touchdown. So they get a new set of downs.
But they know that Crouch is their boy. That's who they've ridden this entire game for the tough yardage. Gave it to him again, and he was the guy to get it. So with the ball, I don't know. That looks like the 3-yard line to me. You're going to see a lot of Couch on this for these 3 yards, I think.
Yeah, Sammy Crouch has been the guy who gets those tough yards for them. He got that one right there on 4th and 1. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. We're in overtime. First down and goal. Ball at the 3. Handoff. Crouch backs his way in. Touchdown, Buena.
Again, he was hit right at the line of scrimmage. A little spin move. Didn't get wrapped up. And if you don't wrap him up just like Hinton, you don't wrap him up, you're not going to make the play. Now Rainier will get a chance to get this extra point, knot it up, and we're back to the 25-yard line again.
Now, we saw this happen last night where a bad snap cost the game. So this is a very important play, and it's not a gimme play either, especially at this level.
You know, Chuck Smith calling timeout to go talk to his team on an extra point. I mean, what are you going to tell him other than unless you've got some kind of block you're going to put on for this extra point? There's not a whole lot you can tell him.
So Buna's got to still kick it. They trail by 1.
Yeah, I don't, the other thing he could be saying is be a little alert that they might try a 2-point conversion.
Now Rainier is on to kick for Buna. Buna's going for 2.
How about that?
So Buna's going to win it. They want to go home. They got a ride ahead of them. The parents are complaining. They want to get out of here. So they go for 2.
Oh, and Oakcrest is offside.
And Oakcrest moved.
How about that? Well, if you were going to go for it on the 2.5-yard line, you're going to go for it now.
No question. Buna going for 2 to win the game. Make it, they win. Lose it, they ride home with a 3-1 record.
Yeah, gutsy move. Gutsy move. It's one thing if you don't have a kicker, but he's been perfect.
Yeah, it's not because he's been missing. He's hit on all those extra points. Rainier under center. They send a man in motion, Albright. And Rainier, Buna calls time. So Buna calls time out here. So Buna wants to talk things over as we have overtime and a 1-point game. Buna's going for 2 to win this football game, and Buna figures, heck, we can win this game and go home right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of confidence. And if I'm Oakcrest, I'm saying, gentlemen, you better stop number 3 because he's been brutal.
Yeah, Sammy Crouch, the junior, has been really the biggest offensive weapon.
He's 6'2", 213 pounds, so he's a load. And you better wrap up. Many's the time they've been there, but he's just spun and broke tackles to get what he needed to get, including that touchdown.
Here we go, the 2-point conversion for Buna as they try to win this football game. Rainier under center. They hand to Crouch. Crouch pushes forward. He's in for 2. The Chiefs are undefeated. The Falcons fall to 2-1.
And they did what everybody suspected they would do. Oakcrest players can't believe that he got in. But the head linesman signaled touchdown, so it's a touchdown. So Buna, on a very gutsy call, wins the game 35-34. A very hard-fought game, a game that you really, that's one of those games you say nobody really lost this game other than on the scoreboard.
So the final score, the Buna Chiefs 36, the Oakcrest Falcons 35 on a wild night here. A great game in Mays Landing. The Chiefs are 4-0. The Falcons fall to 2-1. You've been listening to High School Football Friday night on 97.3 ESPN FM. Don't forget, coming up next, Mike Trout and the Angels right here on 97.3 ESPN taking on the Royals. Peachy and Dave O'Sullivan have the fastest postgame in all of South Jersey coming up next.
You think they did that for us?
Yeah.
I gotta pee. Make that your last overtime.
What?
Make that your last overtime.
Every game I've done this year is like until 10 o'clock. My phone's going to die. Yo.